Hello, hello. Oh, hold on. There we go. Let me just adjust the audio a little bit on that. How's everyone doing? Hi, Dia. Hello. I feel like since I rushed to get everything ready, I feel like I'm like missing something. I don't think I am. I think we should be good, but Slay King. Oh yeah, I was planning on doing like manual ads so that I could do like scheduled ad breaks, but I'm not gonna do that today because I forgot to set it up. But all right. So I don't know if you know anything about this game. I don't know too much about it either, to be completely honest. Deja vu, it sounds confusing. It's not that bad. It's just like you have to run 3 minutes of ads every hour to turn off pre-rolls. So, but this game is a story-based RPG, and every choice that you make has an effect on the outcome. That's about all I know about this game. And we'll be playing as Sir Brante. I think that's the English way you would say it. Otherwise, it would be Sir Brant. But yeah, let's do it. Enter your character's name. Sir Phantom at VT. I can't put the full name. I'll just put Sir Phantom. Chapter restarts. You'll be able to rewind the beginning of any chapter if you completed and continue from that checkpoint. If it's disabled, you will live the character's life from start to finish and endure all mistakes and misfortunes. Yeah, Sir Phantom Brante. Very Old English sounding. Consequences. You will see the consequences of your possible choices in advance. I think we should have it off. I think we should not see what consequences will happen until we make the decision and it's too late. Because that is how the real life works. We're just really going in hardcore mode for this. You hold the fate of a single man in your hands. You will follow his life from birth to death. Your choices shall define who Sir Brante is. Sir Brante will grow up to be. You will decide his personality, social status, and what mark he'll leave on history. With every step he takes you at behest, Sir Brante's character will change and evolve. Your decisions will close some doors for him, but open many others. I love English. Yeah. The world of Sir Brante's birth is a ruthless realm. Man, speaking. Where people are divided into estates. It is hard to be a hero here. Be ready to accept that Sir Brante cannot overcome every challenge in his path. Every hard choice will test his character and personal qualities. Often you will not be able to make the choice you would like to. It may happen because you chose a different road earlier, exhausted your hero's willpower, or haven't earned the right position in society. Every victory will be a struggle, a path paved with bitter losses and gut-wrenching failures. Accept the tragedy. This is how you will create a gripping and unique tale for your hero. What will become of you, Sir Brante, his loved ones, and his world? It all depends on you. We're doomed.
The story of my life remains written on these pages. But my fate has always been my own. Every deed, every choice, every person I met made me what I am. Could I have taken a different path? Could I have found a different calling? Altered the very course of history? And what price would I have to pay?
At the end of time, your fingers are stained with ink. Your breathing grows ragged, your hands are shaking, yet the words begin appearing on the page before you one by one, clinging together to form a chronicle of your own life. Who are you? And how did you reach this end? You were born, raised, and lived your entire life in the blessed Arcanian Empire. In this land, a man's destiny is predetermined at the moment of his birth. Whether human or Arcanian, nobleman, priest, or low-born commoner, all bend to the divine will of the twin gods, and each life is not but a single cog in the universe's immeasurable machine. The memories come flooding back. They engulf you as a merciless wave, binding together days that are thrice dead and gone, the dreams of your childhood, your adolescence, your youth spent in the capital, years of peace teeming with life, and a war drenched in blood. High ranks and lowly deeds, opulent palaces, secretive city backstreets, fields of battle, and faces, so many faces of people you held dear, the people who walked this road by your side. Such was life, now all exposed by ink erupting into the page. With your every step, you sought to change the world as you saw it fit. The choices of your upbringing, the path you carved in your youth, the fruits of your struggle, the consequences of your sacrifice, all of it led you here, to the end of your time. And now every choice had a price. Now, years and years later, the crossroads of your life echo in your memory, the pain and joy inextractably intermingled. Could you have taken a different path, chosen a different calling, found a different place in the world? You have the power to alter the very course of history. Now on the verge of death, you struggle with doubt, seeking answers to all the last and most crucial questions of life. Your life, all the paths in life, why did you walk this one? Did you choose your own fate? Or was your life shaped by forces beyond your control? What determines a man's destiny? Oh, our first choice. The man himself? Your life has always been yours to live, you made your own destiny? The world around you? Your path was charted for you by the people, the age, and the society in which you lived in? A higher power, your destiny was forged by a power greater than your own will? There is no destiny. Destiny does not exist. Human life is an exercise in chance. It is not governed by any laws. Hello, Una. Thank you for the awoo. Hold on, I need some water after reading. Woo. Oh, this game is already asking a hard question. Okay, now I'm going back to my nap. You have a good stream. Aw, thank you, Una. Okay, have a good nap. We're gonna take destiny into our own hands, and that's probably gonna be a mistake. You can hear death's footsteps drawing near. You square your shoulders and take a deep, full breath. You have found your final answer. What is destiny other than a long chain of your own actions and decisions? No matter what happened in your life, you always had a choice. You lived the life you deserved. Only you can answer for it. What are you right about this? Is it all true? To learn the truth, you will have to return to the very beginning, remembering every step you took along the way. On these pages, the story of a man named Phantom Brante will live once more. Chapter 1, Childhood. Childhood, where life begins. First words, first unsteady steps. You are but a small child learning about the world in which you were born. To you, everything is so new, so baffling, and so unforgiving. A long, trying life stretches before you. So many feats and faults, so many fateful choices to come. Yet, you are already sowing the seeds of your future self. You are learning to live and survive in this world, looking for a place within it to call your own. Choosing your future destiny. Oh, life. Childhood. Yeah, we are kids right now. Who will you grow up to be? I will grow up to be a cat boy on the internet. Yeah, there's so many choices. Yeah, we already made one. In chapters Childhood, Adolescence, and Youth, you will live through your hero's coming of age. You will shape the protagonist's personality, his qualities, and his relationships. By the end of the prologue, you will determine the estate and future occupation of your hero. Only in adulthood will he start to influence the world around him and even the ultimate fate of the Empire. Who will Phantom Brante grow up to be? It's your call. It's our call. No. Guild said hello and bye-bye. His message just won't send. Oh no. That's so weird that it's not letting him send messages in my chat. Alright, personal life. Events in the personal life of the hero that can happen in this chapter. The fencing lesson. Beyond, as a child, you suffer your first death and rebirth. Man, I can die within the first chapter. Insight. Nobleman's Sacrament. No, my mouse died. No. Alright, we back. Your personality. Your personal qualities at this age, they determine which choices you may make. I am spineless, inattentive. I am ready for action though, apparently. And I'm untouched by death. Sections that open in this chapter. Destiny, personality, House of Brante, and the family tree screen is now available. Alright, time to begin the first chapter. Birth. At first, there was nothing. No time, no sensation. Nothing but darkness and void. But then, a will breathed life into nothingness. Matter and spirit were set in motion. History began its march. We are baby Phantom right now. It is your turn to enter this world. Your first memory. You were lying on your back, blinded by a bright white light. You were not alone. Above you tower colossal figures who created you. You are part of them, and they are part of you. Between you and them is an inexplicable connection, a strong, unbreakable link. They will always watch over you, guard you, and protect you. It hurts to breathe. You let out the pain in the form of desperate scream. The creators extend their hands towards you. there are two of them, the ones who made you reform from their own souls and brought you into the world. They are united, yet as they lean closer, you begin to see how different they are. You can already feel their differences within you, struggling against each other. The first figure is a soft and empathetic, wise and merciful. The love that emanates from it oh, I think that was a translation error. Your head to the toe wraps you, oh, never mind. Wraps you head to toe like an invisible blanket, the warmth from it never ending. The second figure is strong and powerful, commanding and noble. It is harsh but fair, a beacon of guidance, a force of protection and merciless punishment for every misdeed. Oh no, my dad is gonna not take it easy on me if I mess up. Yet there is also a third figure. It's like a shadow, barely seen behind them, yet already pulsing with an unbreakable will to live. It is the very will to live that is now growing ever stronger in you. A soft, open palm, a strong closed fist, a lingering, distant shadow. You struggle to loosen the swaddling clothes wrapped around you and extend a tiny hand into the world. Okay, so I can reach out with my palm. I can reach out with my fist. Or I could smile at the shadow. I don't think I'm gonna smile at the shadow. That would be kind of weird as a baby to smile at some shadow that my parents can't see. I'm smiling at the demons that they can't see. Slay. You want me to do it? Yeah, I'll do it. I have no problem. We decide our fate here. Oh. Why not? We'll smile at the shadow. First death confirmed. Your first smile appears on your face, awkward yet genuine. Your mother and father exchange looks and start talking. You know no words yet, so all you hear is a sequence of booming sounds. But the stranger behind them has no need for words. The stranger's look is all it takes for you to feel the will to live and the act that now burns within you. Oh. The shadow brings a finger up to its lips, as if to say, there, baby, don't cry. This is our secret now. And then the shadow melts into the light. Oh god, I'm possessed. What have I done? I gained willpower, though. Oh. Year 1118. Your life in this world begins. How will you live it? Phantoms talk to his shadows confirm. The voices in my head are real, guys. Confirmed by this game. I'm just kidding. Hide and seek. As the days go by, you learn to tell your parents apart. You recognize father by his heavy breath and strong, cold hands. He visits you rarely. Robert Brante. Hello there, little phantom Brante. Would a parent ever actually use, like, their last name when talking to a child? Like, a literal baby? I don't know, it's kind of weird. It's very formal. The father has no time for informalities. Hello, little Arcadia Briar. Yeah. Mother's tender voice, however, follows you day and night. Lydia. My, you're growing so quickly, my child. There are two more children in the family named Stefan and Gloria. Gloria sings songs to you. She often dresses you in tight clothing and gently holds your hands as you learn to take your first steps. Stefan likes to sweep you up and pinch you and toss you into the air. Oh look, this is your brother and sister. Yeah, you're my little brother. We're gonna play together. But I'll always be in charge because you were born a commoner. Wow. What? Rude. Yeet. No, dear, no. Gloria. Be quiet, you. He doesn't understand yet. Come on, baby Phantom. Let's go play in the yard. Hello, Phantom Prime. Hello, hello. Thank you for the head pats. It is hot outside. You grip your brother's hand with one hand and your sister's with another as they walk you down the giant stone stairs. Then, you sit on the ground and start exploring the sparse blades of grass with your fingers. It tickles. In the sky above, and away from you, is a gigantic pillar. A perfectly straight stick made out of light. It is so bright, it hurts to look at. It's the sun. Never mind, it's not the sun. I spoke too soon. Why are you staring at the shining pillar? It's not going anywhere, you know. Hey, I want to play hide and seek. I'm just gonna stare at it until I go blind. That'll be how it leads to my first death. He's just a little baby. How's he gonna play? Then you hide him, and I'll try to find both of you. She's gonna hide me, and then I'm gonna, like, crawl away while she's not paying attention, and, like, fall and get stuck somewhere or something. I don't know. You have no idea what they are talking about, but you support them with a happy cooing. This is strange, but so exciting. Stefan and Gloria glance at each other. Then your brother walks to a big tree, closes his eyes, and starts shouting something. Gloria takes your hand and walks you through the yard. Your sister takes you behind some thick bushes by a tall wall. The light from that light stick in the horizon barely reaches here. You can't see home from this place. The ground is crawling with tiny black bugs. Gloria sits you down on the ground and puts a finger to her mouth for some reason. And then she's gone. You can no longer hear Stefan's voice. Gloria is nowhere to be seen. You feel colder. The bugs are no fun to play with. You've been sitting here for a long time, completely alone. Nobody checks on you. Did they forget about you? Did they abandon you? Oh no. Okay. So I have the choice to cry loudly, to try to find my way home, and I can sit there and wait. I feel like the middle option is not a good idea. The crying was probably fun, and the sitting there and waiting is probably fun. Do I play with the leaves? Do I cry, or do I get up and crawl through the bushes to find my way home? I kind of want to crawl through the bushes. I know it's probably not the right choice, or not a good choice, but... Because, like, I'm not going to know my way back. Both sounds good. Oh my, okay. I mean, I don't want to be a crybaby, so we're not going to cry. Why not? We're gonna crawl our way back. You get up on your feet, swaying a little bit. Carefully, you take your first step, then lose your balance and plop down on the ground again. But you were determined. You will get up again and keep walking in the direction Gloria went. You walk out of the bushes and further towards the wall of the house, and then the most tender and gentle hands in the whole world embrace you and pick you up. Mother has found you. There you are. Yay, I made the right choice, I think. You lean on Mother's chest and hold on to her with your arms. You want her to know that you came here all by yourself, without any help. She pats you on the head. Your brother and sister stand behind her, clearly feeling guilty. Gloria is in tears. Stefan is staring at his feet. They forgot about me. What the heck? We're still spineless, but we're a little bit less spineless now. You hug your mother tightly. She is here now. Alright. Well, less spineless. So we have more spine now, Dia. We're not to the first little notch yet, though. Which I think would still be considered spineless. But alrighty, let's continue. Also, I learned don't trust the brother or sister. They will leave you behind. Forget about you. You too. Gonna need a lot of water for this stream. Another memory. You were still a little child, but you can already talk and run around on your own. Agua. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Dia. Oh my. Alright. I'm ready to read. Another memory. You were still a little child, but you already can talk and run around on your own. The day is out of the ordinary. Father is busy around the house, giving orders to the servants. Throughout the day, the kitchen has been abuzz with work, and there is solemn, gloomy preparations and candles being lit. Even your brother Stefan is quiet today. Mother takes your hand and brings you to your sister Gloria. My son, today is the Great Descent. We honor the day when the twin gods descended to us. We must spend this day in reverence to the gods. You are too young to understand now, so just do everything your sister says. Gloria takes you to the playroom. There are no toys there, no chairs. Even the carpet has been taken away. There is nothing there but a bare wooden floor. Today we're not allowed to go to any other rooms. We'll be eating nothing but gruel and stale bread. On the day of the Great Descent, everyone must be where they belong. It is quiet, unusually so. Muffled voices from beyond the door are all you can hear. You are sitting on the cold floor, confused with no idea what to do. Then you hear your sister's voice, a lonely sound in the empty room. It is a little song that Mother taught her. You hold your breath as you listen to it. When the twins come down to earth, they brought lots for every birth. Let us count them. 1, 2, 3. The twins made them for you and me. Nobles rule and bravely fight. They protect us with their might. Priests work hard to understand, guide us by the twins' command. Common people work and toil, always patient, never spoiled. Live your lot where you were born to the day when you pass on. Know your lot and know the prayer, for the twins see everywhere. Yeah, a little rhyme. You are transfixed by the tune. Gloria notices your gaze, and a smile creeps across her face. You like the rhyme, don't you, Phantom? You know what it's all about? Look, there are 3 lots. They were brought to us by the twins when they descended to us from the shining pillar. Remember that pillar of light in the horizon? That's it. You can see the shining pillar anytime from anywhere in the world. If you follow your lot as you live, you'll reach the peak of the pillar. And if you don't, you'll get eternal torment at the foot. You and I are lowborn. Mom is a commoner too. So the lot for you and me is to suffer and be patient and work hard. Understand? The priests and the nobles have other lots. The nobles fight and rule over everybody. The priests, well, I'm not really sure what they do, but I guess they talk to the twins and then teach everybody. Gloria stares at you, intently. Did you get it, silly? Then she shakes her head and keeps singing the song over and over again. Her voice transfixes you, drawing you in. The room starts to glow like the sky. From this light emerge two figures you have known ever since the moment of your birth. One of them embraces your sister's shoulder, and the other stands guard behind her. You watch this happening before your very eyes, unable to turn away. Gloria is swaying to the song, unaware of what is happening. She sings the final verses once more. Know your lot, and know your prayer. You feel compelled by this divine sight to express yourself somehow. Feel the words condensing within you from the light, but what will these words be? So, I can finish the song properly, or I can mess up the song. I feel like that's probably, if you want to go like a rebellious route, that's probably the way you would do it. But I'm gonna go with finishing the song properly. Know your lot and know your prayer. For the twin see everywhere. You sing the last line together with Gloria. Your sister looks up at you in surprise and gives you a nod. The shining pair standing behind her back turn to look at you. You can feel their gaze piercing you from the top to bottom. When the moment passes, they melt into the dim light coming from the window. Gloria turns her head to look at where you were staring. Did you see something, Phantom? You shake your head. Not anymore. I'm kind of curious what would have happened if I sang the wrong lyrics. They probably wouldn't have liked that too much. Year 1121 Spring, the origin. You are starting to understand more and more of what the adults say. Your family is an unusual one. Your father is a nobleman, but not by birth. His is a title earned through great service. But your mother is a low-born woman, a commoner. Because of this, you were born a commoner, but father says you may yet come unto nobility. You learn to read at an early age. Together with mother, you read and learn by heart the many poems about the divine twins, the twin gods who reside upon the shining pillar. Mother calls these poems prayers. Again and again, you try to discern the shapes of the gods in the strip of the holy light that shines in the sky all day and night, but the light is too blinding to gaze upon. The greatest joy of all is when the stairs are no longer an insurmountable obstacle. Now you can climb and even jump from step to step. Father urges you to be more careful and to avoid climbing too high, but even though you keep falling, you never stop being curious about the world around you. Your older brother, Stefan, now spends less and less time playing with Gloria and you. Playing with commoners is beneath a nobleman to be, he says. The Gloria calls him names, and Stefan pulls her pigtails. One fine evening, Father gathers you all in the sitting room for an announcement. You will have another little brother and sister soon. Gloria asked him to bring home a little sister. Neither brother would be too much. Stefan gets flustered. There are too many little siblings getting in his way as it is. Soon you will be an older brother too, and it doesn't really matter who the youngest will be, a boy or a girl. You will love them the most. I will now have a little sibling. When father comes back, from his stripes, he reads his adult books aloud for you. I find these stories of war, generals, and rebellions quite enchanting. And father approves your fascination. Study hard, and maybe one day you'll become a noble of the mantle and earn your sword. But first, you need to grow up. Growing up. The concept is as terrifying as it is alluring. A lot of suffering. You keep staring at the carpet under your feet. You are both ashamed and proud, and it feels odd. The scratch on your hand stings a little. Stefan is standing next to you, sniffling from pain. Your brother was training in the yard with a wooden sword. You wanted to play with him, but he ended up getting angry and throwing the sword at you. The stick hit you in the shoulder. You picked it up and hit him back with it. As I should. I would do that too. My brother hit me with a sword. You see mother's shoes walking to and fro on the carpet. You do not want to look up. I mean, like... What am I supposed to do? Do I just let him hit me? You do not want to look up. You would rather not see her angry. She's not as gentle to you these days. You would too, though. Yeah, exactly. Ease. I mean, it would be deserved, honestly. Why did you hurt Stefan, Phantom? You stammer out an explanation. He hit you first. You just hit him back. This is my brother. How dare he pester me like that? When I grow up, I'm gonna hit you with a real sword. Hey, what? Yo. Chill. Mother shushes you both and speaks to you again. Her voice is stern, and yet you can still feel her concern for you. Even if Stefan hits you, you cannot hit him back. You are my son, and I was born a commoner. Our lot is to suffer, but your brother was born from a noble father and a noble mother. His sacrament is coming soon, and then he'll rule over the likes of us. If you hurt a noble, you must be punished. That is your lot. And the sooner you learn it, the better off our entire family will be. Oh boy. Now Stefan looks at you in triumph. You look up at Mother in fear, not sure what to do now. I lose all of my willpower if I accept that. Deny your guilt. Demand an explanation. I'm gonna deny my guilt. I don't wanna accept fate. You break out of your mother's arms and start screaming. You're innocent. You cry, and if he hits you, you'll hit him back. All fear and shame are gone. You stand up straight and stare defiantly into Mother's eyes. Her expression grows bitter. She catches you by the collar of your shirt and drags you down the stairs. Oh no. I'm doing this for your own good. Do not defy me, Phantom. You were born a commoner, my son. Power and will is not your lot. This is Stefan's lot. He'll become a noble son. Life for you and me is humility and suffering. You have to accept it. She's gonna beat me. Oh no. Oof. You were flogged in front of your entire family. The pain burns on your skin again and again. You clench your teeth and hold back tears. This is the only way you can prove that you are your brother's equal. It is the only way you can prove that one day you will have the right to rule and fight. I am now active. Mother mostly stays in her chambers now. With each passing day, she grows heavier and her features get rounder. It gets more difficult for her to walk, but she still smiles all the time. One day she takes your hands and puts them on her big belly, and you feel a movement deep inside her. You will have another brother or sister soon. Gloria takes you on walks to the yard now. You explore the yard together under the evening light of the pillar. She sings you songs and tells you amazing stories. Hey, Phantom, you want to hear a rhyme? I wrote it myself. There's even a bit about you, but don't tell anyone, okay? Writing poems and songs is only for nobles. If Mommy hears about it, I'll get flogged. Remember how you got flogged for hitting Stefan? Our judge is my second father. In the past, I had another. Mother says the twins are great. Says we should not fight our fate. Brother loves to jump around. Please don't fall down on the ground. Yeah, I wrote a little rhyme. Please don't tell them, it is mine. Wait, what? Oh. Okay. But today your sister is nowhere to be seen. She promised to take you to the old pond and show you the red frogs that live there, but then she vanished. The servants join you in your search. Even Mother leaves her chambers when she hears the commotion. Finally you find Gloria in the far corner of the garden. She's holding a quill and sheets of paper covered in poetry. Mother becomes angry the moment she sees it. She looks through the poetry and her face grows dark with rage. Gloria is standing behind her, wringing her hands and looking for an opportunity to run, but there seems to be no escape. What is this nonsense, Gloria? We talked about this. You were told to take care of your little brother. You are absolutely not allowed to entertain yourself with this writing. I can decide that for myself, Mom. No, you cannot. It has already been decided by the gods. And he's not a little brother anymore. He doesn't need a nanny. I need some time alone to think for myself. I'm not hurting anyone. You are a commoner and a future wife. It's your time you learned how to properly care for children. Had your disgraceful father kept me in his house, you could have been born a noble, but that is not our fate, and you were absolutely forbidden from ever spoiling paper and wasting its ink again. Jeez. Mother grabs Gloria firmly by the hand and takes you both into the house. The scribbled sheets fly into the fireplace. Gloria sobs violently. You are a bystander to the scene, unsure of how to act. I'm not going to complain about my sister. And I could comfort her, or I could go to my room without saying a word. I think I'm going to comfort her. Mother leaves. The last of your sister's poetry burns away in the fireplace. You walk up to your crying sister and take her by the hand. None of this is her fault, you say. What Mother did is wrong and far too harsh. Gloria sniffles before speaking. But I did leave you all alone. You're not mad at me, really? You nod in reassurance. Gloria embraces you. Phantom, you're the best little brother in the world. The two of you make a little deal. She promises to tell you when she wants to be alone, and you promise to protect her and her secrets, always. Status with my sister is not grateful. Her backstory is actually kind of sad. What the heck? Like, she never met her real father, and our dad has never acknowledged her as his own daughter. So sad. Your sister is a dreamer. She often has her head in the clouds and can act recklessly at times. That's okay, though. Oh. I lost 5 willpower for that. Winter, the coming sacrament. Mother is in her armchair, knitting woolen jackets, pants, and socks for the little one. The baby will need to be kept warm, she says. Father spends less time at home now. Well, Mother says he's very busy with his important job. He's a judge, after all. One day you decide to ask Mother about Stefan and Gloria. How come they're brother and sister to you, but not siblings to each other? Well, my dear, I didn't give birth to Stefan, you see. He's the son of another mother, and Gloria is a daughter of another father. Come now, don't knit your brow like that. You'll understand when you're older. How's that even possible? You're all family, are you not? Several days later, Mother calls Stefan and Gloria to the sitting room. You sneak in after them. At first, Mother gets angry and asks you to leave, but then she relents. You are told to sit still, be quiet, and remember every word you hear. When you enter the temple, bow to the twins, first to the elder on the right, and then to the younger on the left. Stefan, you're a nobleman to be, so walk along the side paved with marble, where the benches are. Gloria, you walk along the sharp side. When you're there, you must get down on your knees, each on your own side. Stefan, kiss the sword. Gloria, my daughter, they will strike you with the lash. Don't be afraid of it. Resign yourself to the suffering it brings. It is the blessings of your lot. Gloria doesn't like the idea of the lash. There's a tense feeling in her chest as well. You were told to remember this. Will this lash strike you too one day? On the next day, they take your brother and sister to the temple. You run towards them when they finally come back. Thank you for the head pats, Dia. If there's an option to not get lashed, I'm gonna choose that one. I'm gonna defy the will of the gods. Oh, jeez. The back of Gloria's dress is soaked with blood. She's hunched a bit, sobbing quietly. Stefan is putting on airs, acting prouder than ever. Nothing else looks different about them. It's like all the same, and yet everything has changed. Each of them have accepted their lot. my relationship with my brother. Our family is in disagreements as well. Things are going great. Our siblings, Stefan and Gloria, took their first sacrament at the temple. The newborns cry. You eye the little bundle in your father's arms with curiosity. Behind the many layers of swaddling clothes is your newborn baby brother. Mother is glowing and smiling with joy. Stefan and Gloria are also here, all excited. You promise yourself you're going to be the best big brother in the world. You'll never hit him. Oh no. The two of you will play together and tease Stefan together and help Mother together and go on so many adventures together. I feel so strange to be an older brother. Just the other day, you were the youngest in the family, but everything is different now. I'm the middle child that nobody will remember. Oof. I'm just kidding. Your parents name your little brother Nathan, and Mother spends day and night by his side. And Nathan cries all the time, day and night. Mother barely gets any sleep. I was just joking, I'm joking, of course. Oh, it is kind of funny because Phantom does not fit in at all in terms of the family names. We have Nathan, Gloria, and Stefan, and then Phantom. Exactly. Alright, where was I? She is so worn out, she starts forgetting things. Like today, for instance, she forgot her knitting in the armchair in the sitting room. You better bring it back to her as soon as possible. You run to Mother's bedroom. You miss her smile so much. You walk in without saying hello and give her the knitting, but instead of gratitude, you get an ice-cold, exhausted stare. Nathan is also there, screaming all the time. Oh jeez. Go away, Phantom. You're bothering me. She spits these words through her teeth. You look at the bawling newborn. You can't even get a minute of respite. Enough already. When are you going to stop? I just want some peace and quiet. Oh, jeez. Mother leaps across the room and starts shaking Nathan with malice in her eyes. His cries get even louder. She looks so tired from his never-ending screams. She seems to be within an inch of smashing him against the wall. Somebody has to do something. You're scared of your mother right now, but you fear for Nathan's life much more. I can call Father for help. Redirect her anger to yourself. Or steal Nathan from Mother and run away. I'm gonna make an enemy out of my mom. Oh no. You leap at your mother and demand she give you Nathan. She freezes when she hears the words. You snatch your little brother out of her arms. She chokes with rage and falls on the bed screaming. You run away to the playroom. Your baby brother is heavy on your arms. He sniffles. You sway him gently, like Mother did, and quietly sing him a lullaby about the twins. Nathan calms down. Soon he closes his eyes. You put the newborn on your bed and swear on your life that no one will ever hurt him when you're around. You hear heavy footsteps in the hallway. Father enters the playroom. He looks at you, then at Nathan. somewhat confused. You did something bigger than you today, son. It is a noble deed to protect your family, but you should have come to me. Please understand that this was my duty, not yours. You saved your brother from harm. If you feel yourself ready to take the responsibility to protect others, then maybe you can walk the path of the noble when you're older. But for now, we should bring him to your mother. Come with me. He picks up Nathan. Your brother is fast asleep, breathing quietly. Three of you return to Mother's bedroom. Father puts Nathan back in the crib. Mother is no longer screaming. She embraces you. Lady, I don't know if I want you hugging me after you could have hurt my little brother. But please forgive me. The twins know I was out of my mind. Please don't be angry with me. You hug Mother in response. I have no willpower now, so I probably shouldn't do anything, but it requires it. For a little bit, at least. Toy soldiers. You wake up to Father's touch on your shoulder. He's finally back home from a long trip. Phantom, today is your special day. The day when you begin your studies. Now teachers will be coming to our home to teach you, and you must do everything they say. Be diligent in your studies, and you will grow closer to the nobleman's lot. And since you must remember this day, a present is in order. Lydia, get our little schoolboy dressed. I'm taking him to the market district. Stefan wants to come with you too, but Father shushes him sternly. This is your day. Your older brother is hurt to hear this, but stays quiet. An open carriage takes the two of you through the dusty, noisy city streets. A pleasant wind tussling your hair. Your city is called... Enzo? I don't know if that's how you would say it. That you already know. It is one of the largest cities in the entire empire. There's a big shadow in the street. It comes from the white foliage of an enormous tree that spreads its branches all above the city. My son, did you know the silver tree grew from the blood of our God's own disciples? It has been growing here for hundreds of years, right in our city. It cannot be damaged or burned. Not even the clergy know why. It's a demon tree. The carriage comes to a halt by a small shop next to the city square. You run there and freeze by the stalls in excitement. The shop is packed with dolls and figurines and toys. You've never seen so many at once before. Have you chosen your present yet? Father asks. You have. You want the Holy Order set, which includes several figurines of the Empire's greatest warriors of all time. You rattle off everything you know about the Holy Order. They were the ones who aided the Empire's own forces in seizing the province of Magra and storming our city. That's how we joined the Empire. Father nods in approval. Very well. War isn't your lot for now, but maybe these toy soldiers will teach you to think like a general. We will lead them into battle and study military strategies. Go ahead, take your present. I was gonna say, I don't know how toy soldiers would really teach somebody how to think like a general, but I guess if he's gonna use them to teach strategy, then it makes sense. Having said this, Father turns away to examine the books. You run to the box of toy soldiers, delirious with excitement. But there is a fancy-dressed boy in your way. He's about to take your warriors for himself. He elbows you aside and reaches for the box. Anger overcomes you, and you push him from behind. Your opponent falls to the floor. Oh no. The rich boy screams so loudly, everybody in the shop hears it. He hit me. He hit me. A tall tower of a man looms over you. This is the boy's father. But then you feel your own hand... Oh, sorry. Then you feel your own father's hands on your shoulder. What happened? You press against your father, your mind more at ease now. He will protect you. Yes, you shoved the boy to the floor in front of everyone, but he tried to take your present for himself. Father turns you around to face him when he hears these words. Is this true, Phantom? Did you strike the son of a nobleman? Well, I already don't have any willpower, so I shouldn't admit my guilt. But I also feel like I should, because I'm the one who pushed him down. I don't think I should... Like, if I tell him the truth, the way it words it is, you tell Father that you repaid the impudent boy in kind, which he was just trying to take the toys. That doesn't really mean that I should be pushing him. Well, let's find out what happens when I have negative willpower. You recall negative willpower? Yeah. We'll see what happens. It's probably not going to be good. You recall Mother's words. If you hurt a noble, you must be punished. There is no use trying to lie to escape it. You say it was all your fault. You push the other boy to the floor because you wanted to get your present before him. Oh no. I let myself get beat. I should have lied. Father nods to you, relieved to hear it, and the enraged nobleman grabs you by the hand and drags you out into the street. The law is the law, and your punishment is due. They lead you and the nobleman's son out of the shop. You are told to bow to him and show humility. A bad feeling sends a shiver down your spine. With a satisfied grin on his face, the boy swings his arm and slaps you on the cheek. He strikes you, again and again. Oof. Father stays quiet all the while, but as you ride home, after the punishment is over, he shows you a rectangular package. Oof. Big oof. I should have denied it. But it might have been worth it. Yeah, present. I'm proud to see you were living by your lot. A common birth leads to a life of humility, and you told the truth and accepted your punishment like a man. This present is yours, my son. Yeah, who knows? I might have not gotten the present if I didn't do that, so... Inside is a little box with the 10 soldiers of the Holy Orders inside. They are your reward for humility. Hey, I got the presents I wanted. I just had to get beat for it. Thank you for the hydrate, Redeem. Yeah? I've almost run out of water. I am exhausted now because I have -5 willpower. Summer, the family dinner. Today, Father ordered the dinner table to be brought out into the yard. For the first time in months, he's home, outside of the confines of his always locked study. He spent the entire day playing with Nathan and you, discussing various matters with Stefan, now an adolescent, and walking in the garden. And now a dinner under the open sky. Your entire family gathers together, with Father at the head of the table, smiling. He asks you about your studies. Nathan climbs up on his knees and recites a counting rhyme in a funny, sing-song voice. Stefan mentions that his fencing teacher praised his accomplishments. He rises from the table together with Father to show his skill in a practice duel. Next comes Gloria's turn. She stands on her chair and recites a lengthy prayer by heart. Mother showers your sister with praise. Father chuckles quietly, hiding a smile in his mustache. When your turn comes, you recite all the ranks in the Legion, from common soldier to high commander. Stefan listens to you with a skeptical look on his face. Night slowly falls, but the servants ensure that the yard is well illuminated. You don't feel cold in the dusk tonight. It feels good, yet so important. All of you are finally together, sitting in the same table. No fighting, just smiles. No arguing, just pleasant small talk. Family time. Then, a servant approaches Father with a letter in his hand. He reads it in the dim light, and each line gradually washes the smile off Father's face until only a stone-cold mask remains. Mother looks at Father with an unspoken question in her eyes. Gregor Brante is coming back to Enso. He is the head of our family, my father. Grandfather's return. Ever since the news of Grandfather's impending arrival, there has not been a single day when the house has not been cleaned or decorated. Your parents anxiously make sure everything is in order. They tell you to wash your face and hands after walks and scold you for leaving books on the floor. They tell Gloria she will be flogged if she is even seen hiding in the attic. They make Stefan stay in his room. Even baby Nathan gets in trouble. Everyone is on edge. Then, one day Grandfather arrives. It is a grim day, so hot your neck is sticky with sweat. Father, Mother, Stefan, Gloria, you and Nathan, the entire Brante family, stands on the porch in front of the house. The house servants lined up behind you. The carriage arrives, and out steps a tall, gaunt old man with a heavy walking stick and a heavier gaze. You cringe instinctively. I cringe at seeing my grandfather. Good health to you, Father. Children, greet your grandfather as you have been taught. Still trying to look like a real nobleman, are you? You can't fool me, Robert. I was the first of the Brante family to be ennobled by the mantle, and I am the only one who remembers how to bear this burden properly. I live honorably by my lot. Your marriage to that low-born wench cut us off from the ever-becoming nobles of the sword. My progeny could have been born bearing noble blood. Ugh. Father, I beg you, this is not the place. Grandfather eyes him with scorn and walks into the house, the entire family following close behind him. I have been gone far too long. The entire house is a mess. This is an insult. How can you live in such a pigsty, Robert? The servants have grown far too lazy. All thanks to your commoner wife. I warned you, did I not? And yet, did as you saw fit. And the children, what do they know of tradition or honor? Hello, Jen. Welcome in. We're just playing a very lengthy book game. There's lots of words to read. It's fun though. They are being raised in a virtuous family, Father. And now you're speaking like a lowborn who's content to live in humility. Twins willing. Now that I am here, this will not happen again. Father. Yeah, it's technically my grandfather. Runa, thank you for the head pads. I am taking your oldest son to the capital. I see you cannot provide Stefan with a proper education, so I will correct your mistake. Oh, it's like I'm listening to an audible. Yeah, pretty much. An audible where I have to make choices that change the outcome of the story. Your brother's fate has been decided just like that. Father does not object. He orders the servants to prepare Stefan for the journey. Stefan freezes in place, glancing at grandfather and father again and again. The latter puts a hand on his shoulder reassuringly. Grandfather's lips are a tight line, white with contempt. The house is examined, room after room. Everything grandfather sees is showered with scorn. He scoffs at a crease on a blanket in Nathan's crib in mother's bedroom. He mocks Gloria's knitting in her room. The door to your room is next. Hello, hello, welcome in. What is this? Robert, 10 soldiers in your younger son's room? He was born a commoner. I won't have him daydreaming of battle. Grandfather seizes the box containing the 10 warriors of the Holy Order. Your father stays silent. Anger and fear boil within you. This is your big present from your first day of your studies. It means so much to you. But what if he's right? What if you need to prove you're right to command the toy soldiers first? Grandfather shakes his head in disapproval and shoves the toy box in the roaring fireplace. If you wait too long, they will melt in flames. Oh boy. I don't have the determination to watch them melt or rescue them. And I don't have the personality to just... Oh, wait, I didn't speak correctly. Sorry. I don't have the perception to watch them melt, and I don't have the determination to try to save them from the fire. So I can either burst into tears, or I can strike grandfather. I kind of want to kick grandfather. He deserves it. We're choosing the early death. Overwhelmed by helpless rage, you run to grandfather and kick him in the leg with all the strength you can muster. Yet, he's immovable. The next thing you see is him leaning, towering over you menacingly, his heavy walking stick in hand. Low-born scum, how dare you raise a hand to me? The blow hits home. The handle of the walking stick is as heavy as a rock. You are dazed, robbed of both hearing and sight. Down comes another blow. A sharp pain splits your head. Then, darkness. Your hand twitches against your will, then again and again, like it is trying to catch a flying butterfly, and then you fall into a primordial void. The void takes away a part of you, one of the lives you were given to live. It will never return. There is pain and desperation, and a sense of loss. Nothing can be done now. Oh, did I just die? Didn't even make it through childhood. I did die. My grandpa killed me for kicking his leg. First death. You fall into pain that embraces you like a soft feather bed. You feel light, free. There is no restraints, just a warm glow that envelops you in its secure embrace. The waves carry you. Their touch is soft. They delicately enshroud what was once your body. It is a feeling unlike anything you've ever experienced before. Something absolute and complete. You touch something greater than the reason behind everything. The reason for your very existence. You were sculpted from this light. It was the first thing you ever felt. A boundless and sincere unity of the diverse. Your beginning was a spark that cast this light in all directions, and now you are here again. One with the beginning of everything. The light gleaming from you resembles the light of the shining pillar. You still see it, in the north, as always. The waves of light carry you to the two figures. The elder is the nearest. He is ready to accept you. He is quiet, wise, kind, and pure. The younger waits further back. You do not know what he is yet. The waves pause at the elder's feet. He leans over you and plants a featherless kiss on your forehead. The kiss spreads all over you. You are filled with an unparalleled delight and bliss. You exist. You are unique. There is no one else like you. They know this, and they love you. You will never be alone. You are a part of them, a part of your family, and a part of this universe. The twin gods will never leave you. They watch over you constantly. The elder softly touches you as you lie spread out amongst the waves, sending you further down the torrent of light. You float on, to the top of the silver tree's spreading crown. The closer you get to the silver tree, the heavier you become. The waves draw you down along its trunk. But you do not wish to be part with the warmth and softness, with the love. You turn around. The elder is still watching you. He nods. All is as it should be now. Go. Your time has not yet come. You must return to the world now. As you tumble down toward your body, you comprehend the true meaning of your lesser death and the divine love that has been revealed to you. Love exists not only in the hereafter, it is present in the entire design of the twins, that is the origin of all life in this world. What is the manifestation of love in your mortal life? Oh geez. A heavy question to ask. Empire, cause, the love of the gods have for you so great that they allow you to change the world they have created, to influence it with your deeds. You can remain silent. Let's not do that. I'm gonna choose cause. Because earlier, I chose to basically create my own fate, and I feel like cause is the closest out of these to kind of go with that. A sudden comprehension of love with which the entire world is imbued illuminates your mind, but then it fades away and vanishes. You regain the sensation of your flesh. It is heavy and unwieldy. It lacks that lightness, that light. It is a burden. It is smothering you. You gasp for air. Your chest expands painfully. You feel as though your lungs are about to burst. The stagnant odor of the crypt fills them, revolting, but so real. You are back. Grandpa can't kill me that easily. Then you smell a sickly, moist smell. You feel dampness all around you. You come back to your senses in the gloom of the family crypt, lying flat on a stone slab. Your parents are on their way to the crypt right now. You hear their muffled voices. They are arguing, and against all rules, Mother will not agree with Father. Why would Sir Gregor do this? He just took one of our child's lives. Lydia, my father is our family's head, and the boy raised a hand to him. There was nothing we could do. And Father did admit that he was too hard on him. Please do not anger Sir Gregor. You need to accept this. It will never happen to any of our children ever again. Their voices grow quiet as they lean over you. You lean on your elbows, try and get up from the stone. Mother gingerly wraps her cloak over your naked body as you shiver from the cold. My son, your first death came far too soon. I know it may be difficult to realize what happened, but know this, the twin gods are ever merciful. You were a child, and your time to leave for the hereafter has not yet come. You will be returned here by the gods twice more, but do not tempt fate again, and never ever defy those who can easily take your life. Phantom, you have angered your grandfather greatly. Do not stand in Sir Gregor's way ever again. He will never hurt you again. For now, just stay away from him. Father stays a step away from you, not saying a word. When Mother finishes talking, he picks you up and carries you outside. Together, your parents take you away from the family crypt. On your way out of the crypt, you take a moment to touch your head. It is perfectly fine. There's no signs of the blow. Back home, Grandfather is still walking through the house examining the rooms. You can see that Stefan and Gloria are disturbed by what just happened. Nathan starts crying when he sees you. The playroom still reeks of burnt paint. There is something new about you, a pitch black stripe on your left arm. It looks like a strange bit of dirt at first, but it will not wash off. It will be there forever, Mother explains. That is all she will say of it. Well, my determination is now at 3. Perception is at 2. And I died once. If I die 3 more times, then it looks like that's the true death. As a small child, you suffered your first death and rebirth. Paul, the master of the house. Soon, Grandfather leaves. Your elder brother Stefan goes with him. From that day on, Father's hired teachers tend to you alone. They bore you with monotonous lectures on writing, counting, and the way of life in the blessed Arcanian Empire. You often distract yourself from their instruction by playing with your younger brother Nathan. Your home grows quiet without your older brother, too quiet. Weeks later, your family receives a letter from Stefan. Grandfather has sent him to a boarding school for nobles. He is now studying hard in preparation for his service as a nobleman. The rules here are way too strict. You can't even sneeze without the teacher's permission. But I've been studying with my peers. We're learning how to live as nobles in a noble society. We're also learning the art of swordplay. That's my favorite part. With Stefan now at boarding school, Grandfather arrives once more, this time to live in your home. The only good thing is that he often has an urgent business in Eterna, the capital of the Empire, and has to travel there. One day, you ask your mother where he lived before. In Eterna, she says, but now his place is here. Each time Grandfather returns, he gives the servants new orders. Your home is now always busy with repairs. The servants are redecorating redecorating grandfather's chambers, including his library and sitting room. Sometimes, father tries to gently talk him out of this. Why subject the house to constant reconstruction? Grandfather's answer is always the same. This home is mine, and I will live here as befits a man of nobility. An illustrious guest. Some days, grandfather stays home, and on those days, you try your best to stay out of his sight. But there is no way you can avoid family breakfast. The food is there, but you cannot bring yourself to eat it. Mother's eyes are red and swollen. She has been crying all night again. Grandfather sits at the head of the table, where nobody used to sit before. Robert, it is high time your youngest son underwent their sacraments. Sir Brante, please let them live free of the lot for a while longer. They are but... Shut your mouth. Robert, that wife of yours is impuritant enough to interrupt me. If this ever happens again, she'll be eating her gruel with the servants in the kitchen where she belongs. It is time you consider a real marriage, Robert, one to a woman of proper station. Gloria drops her fork. Grandfather shoots her a scathing look. A tear rolls down mother's cheek. Father does not look away from the plate, his hands clenched into a fist. Baroness L. Lodar is such a woman. She is a commonly widow and a fine match. She is suing for her inheritance right now and could use proper support in a husband. You can keep your low-born Lydia around if you like. Servant mistress, I don't care. I will not do that, father. I am the head of this family, and the family standing took a severe blow after you married that commoner. It is unthinkable. How could you give up the memory of a beautiful Amelia Elborn for this lowly woman and that bastard child of hers? But now you have the chance to set things right. Don't disappoint me. Father nods curtly, trying not to look in Mother's direction. Father, I wish to see Stefan. If I find your conduct in the Baroness's presence satisfactory enough, then you may see him. She is coming for a visit tomorrow. Be prepared. Grandfather wipes his mouth with his napkin, throws it into his plate, and leaves. Mother's lips move silently. Nobody says a word. Then Father stands and orders you and the other children back to the rooms. He needs to speak to Mother in private. Father comes to your room, before bedtime. He sits on the edge of the bed and adjusts a crease on the woolen blanket. He distances himself from you after Stefan's departure, so you were not used to such attention from him. In the candlelight, you can see his face in the dark. There's a sour expression on it. My son, Baroness Emma L. Lorder, will be visiting us tomorrow. Please be polite and treat her with respect. Nathan will do as you do. I want this dinner to be as immaculate as possible. Don't let me down. On the next day, Mother starts dressing you and Nathan for the coming dinner. You see red all around her eyes. She has been crying, and for a long time. It hurts just to look at her. Nathan starts whining quietly. You and Nathan are dressed in the new doublets, and your tousled hair brushed into shape. Gloria is told to stay in her room. Father appears wearing his best suit. Mother is in a humble brown dress, looking pale. Grandfather has an uncharacteristically contented look about him. You hear the sound of wheels and hooves against the cobbles in the yard. Then, a pair of dainty heels comes clacking. The antechamber is completely quiet and still. Fearing Grandfather's observant eye, the doors open. You see your guest. A beautiful, dark-haired woman in a dress of elegant deep blue. Father takes the hand of Lady L. Loder and kisses it, showering her in compliments. Grandfather's face is beaming in her presence. No one even bothers to introduce Mother. Baroness, allow me to introduce you to Robert's sons, Phantom and Nathan Brante. Frankly, it's his eldest son, Stefan, who currently deserves the most attention, but he currently is studying in Eterna with other young noblemen like himself. It is my hope that his younger sons will also make me proud one day. Grandfather eyes you with a probing look. How will you act in front of the Baroness? Will you accept her here, next to your mother, your father's rightful wife? A tough choice. I can greet her politely. I can walk away with Mother. I can demand that Mother be introduced. How badly do I want to make the grandfather hate me? Ooh, lead drama. Yeah. I'm gonna go get some water real quick, and then I'm gonna make my choice whenever I come back. Okay, I'm back. I have a cat with me now. Let's see. Phantom water break? Yeah, I had to fill up my water bottle. Also, hold on. I think my VTube studio settings is not working because my mouth is not moving. What would that be? Just gonna, yeah, there we go. Okay. Let's see. Man, that Mother be introduced. I'm pretty sure that takes willpower to do that, and I have -5. Unless I reset. Yeah, I still have -5. Hmm. How disrespectful do I want to be? I'm gonna demand that Mother be introduced. I know I probably shouldn't, but I'm gonna do it. What? Wait, what? Did I click the wrong one? Oh. Oh no. Thought I clicked the right one. You follow Father's example and kiss the Baroness's finger gently. Her laughter fills the antechamber, ringing like chimes. Behind you, you can hear Mother sobbing. Grandfather nods in approval. No, not Mom. Oh no. This is so sad. The game was like, you don't have the willpower to do that. Out of the corner of your eye, you see Mother quietly walking upstairs. No, this is wrong. This cannot be. Oh, okay. So I still greet her, but then I demand that Mom be introduced. You walk up to Father, look him in the eye, and ask in a voice loud enough to be heard by everyone. Why didn't he introduce Mother to the guest? She is his legal wife, and your mother, is she not? There is silence. Mother stops in the stairs and turns her head in surprise. Father is confused. Nathan starts whining again. Grandfather grinds his teeth, his hand tightly gripping the heavy walking stick. You keep Father transfixed by your gaze. After a few moments that feel like an eternity, he winks at you. Almost imperceptibly, then adjusts his doublet and turns to your noble guest. Baroness, allow me to introduce Lydia Brante, my wife and mother to my young children. Lydia, would you be so kind as to join us for dinner? What are you saying, Robert? Father, it would be a disgrace to hold a family dinner without the lady of the house. Heck yeah, let's go. Father marches up the stairs and offers his hand to Mother. She accepts it and walks down with a shy smile on her face for the first time in those many days. The Baroness presses her lips in contempt at the sight. After a long moment, Grandfather finally breaks the uneasy silence and leads everyone into the dining room. Mother sits at the furthest corner of the table, claiming that she needs to watch over Nathan. There's barely any small talk over dinner, apart from the Baroness and Grandfather discussing her widowhood and the inheritance litigation. Father and Mother do not say a word throughout the meal, yet they no longer look as tense as they did the day before. There's not even a mention of any potential marriage. As soon as the door closes behind the Baroness, you flee to your bedroom and lock the door. Grandfather's heavy footsteps can already be heard in the hallway. He's a force of anger, eager to get his hands on you. Whelp, you had the nerve to interfere in the adults' affairs. You ruined the dinner with the Baroness. Open this door this instant and face the punishment you deserve. Then suddenly, his voice dies down. You hear Father speaking quietly. We both realize there can be no other marriage, Father. I already have a wife, and there's nothing to be done about it. I'm sorry, Father, but you will have to accept it. And please leave my son alone. He only helped me face the truth and nothing else. Grandfather huffs and puffs, at a loss for words. You hear the head of the Brante family and his adult son retreat from the door of your room. It seems there will be no punishment today after all. Yay! Grandfather leaves for Eterna, alone. About a fortnight later, Father receives a letter from Stefan. It seems grandfather told him about the incident with the Baroness, so the letter is full of ire. He writes that you have reminded high society about father's marriage to a low-born woman, and now the family's reputation is at stake. Fortnite, yeah, that's a terminology used. I think it's like, pretty sure it means either 2 days or 2 weeks. It's 2 weeks, that's what it is. But it's also a video game. Yeah. In 2 weeks. Father winces when he reads Stefan's letter, deep in thought. But Mother's smiling again because of Father's actions, her joy a quiet, happy glow. I saved the day. The marriage is saved. Thanks to Phantom. And my grandpa really does not like me. Our family is in unity, and our reputation is tarnished. Oh, the change of music. The kaleidoscope. Father now checks in on your studies often and nitpicks you for sitting or eating or speaking in an incorrect fashion. Once he becomes so annoyed, he says that he wishes Stefan had been the one to stay home instead of you. You never expected to hear those words from your father of all people. Grandfather's trip to the capital took longer than expected. It feels lighter around the house without his presence. You allow yourself a little change of scenery. Instead of your room, you now busy yourself with reading and calculations in the sitting room across from the open door to the yard. Gloria has joined you today. She's already helped you progress through several complex passages in the book. Right now, she seems preoccupied with a strange tube. Aren't you hurt by the way grandfather treats you? You ask. Gloria just shrugs. Grandfather always says they should get rid of me. I'm used to it now. He hurts you a lot worse because you're closer to him. I just have to stay out of his way. That's it. She shows you the strange tube she has been holding all day. Look, it's a kaleidoscope. I got it as a gift. Want to see inside? Excited by the idea, you close the book and peer into the tiny hole on one end of the tube. Your eye sees a multitude of intricate patterns. Each turn of the tube reveals a new web of interwoven colors. They mesmerize you. The kaleidoscope turns the fire burning in the fireplace into a cavalry of flames. You are riding at the front of the fiery horseman, ready to face the enemy. Grandfather's face emerges from the intersecting lines, and you swing the kaleidoscope like a sword, cutting it in half. Now you look at the blue sky through the window. The patterns are unending, secretive and calm and peaceful. Just like Father's smile before Grandfather's invasion. I really don't like Grandfather, apparently. I mean, for good reason, he killed me, but... The deep blue gives way to a scattering of gold radiating gentle warmth, like Mother's arms. This fleeting beauty too soon gives way to a hypnotic new pattern. Again and again, you see your family in these interconnecting figures as they come together and break apart. In the middle of this golden glow, you see Gloria's green eyes gazing at you observantly. Your sister left you long ago. The books are abandoned, and the time slips away, unchecked. Are you still busy peering into the kaleidoscope? Order emerges from the chaos before your eyes again and again, but you cannot preserve it, no matter how you try. You are caught in inner conflict. There is so much that can be done with this kaleidoscope. Should you take it apart, or ask Gloria how it works, or keep enjoying the patterns it shows you? We still have lessons to do today. I don't have the willpower to do either option, so I can only keep looking at the kaleidoscope. You continue peering into the ever-changing patterns that the kaleidoscope offers. They become truly interesting when you point it at the shining pillar gleaming in the sky. In your mind's eye, one battle follows another, filling your ears with clanging and steel, and the neighing of horses. You are leading the Imperial Army now. Everybody is so proud of you. Grandfather says you are better than Stefan, and... When Father's stern voice cuts your daydreaming short, you lost all track of time. It is evening now. Oh no. How did you get your hands on this toy, Phantom? Why aren't you studying? Give it to me. You'll have double lessons tomorrow. Oh no. But I now have 10 willpower. Or, I have 5 willpower, because I gained 10. Sweet temptation. Grandfather's visits are no longer a cause for fear and panic in the house. He has become something you are used to, something nagging, yet not unordinary, like a splinter or stain in your trousers. The tensions still remain, however. Sir Gregor's disdain for everyone in the house is so palatable, it stings almost for real. Your lessons with the tutor are done for today. You are walking down the stairs when you spot Gloria peeping into the sitting room through a slightly open door. You sneak up on your sister and tap her lightly on the shoulder. She is startled. Oh, it's you, Phantom. Look. Sir Gregor's eating something. Grandfather is sitting on the sofa, flipping through a book with one hand and reaching for a glass bowl with another, now and then. Inside the bowl, you see a candied fruit, a sweet confectionery forbidden to the common estate, like all the sweet things. And we're not allowed to have anything sweet as a commoner, that sucks. I'm gonna take some from Grandpa. Yet Grandfather's face shows no pleasure as he keeps consuming the highborn treats. The clock strikes 3. Grandfather rises from his seat, puts away the bowl on a shelf, and leaves for the yard. He always takes a walk in the city at this time. Gloria nudges you with her elbow and looks at the candy bowl when you look at her. The first emotion you feel is fear, but next comes curiosity, and it is stronger. Stefan used to boast that candied fruit tastes incredible, and now you have the perfect opportunity to try it. You try a candied fruit first. The sugar starts to melt as soon as you put it on your tongue. It is so sweet. You've never eaten anything as good as this. You take the whole bowl off the shelf and give it to your sister. She takes the fruit and brings it to her mouth, carefully, like a rare treasure. There is a thumping on the stairs, footsteps accompanied by knocking of a walking stick. You have no idea why, but Grandfather is back. You quickly hide behind the sofa and pull Gloria after you, but she is frozen in place with the bowl in her hands. The door opens. Grandfather's menacing figure advances on Gloria. His hand seizes her arm. You squalid, ungrateful, low-born child, how dare you bite the hand that feeds you? You and your troll-up of a mother would be sleeping in a ditch if it weren't for my spineless son. The sweet and pleasant things in life are for the noble estate, not for the likes of you. Did you forget your lot? Hand swings and hits Gloria on the cheek. She falls to the floor right next to where you were hidden. Her fingers glisten with warm melted sugar that brought you here. Grandfather advances again, his walking stick ready, and then he sees you huddling behind the armchair. Please don't hurt him, Sir Brante. This is all my fault. He tried to stop me. You can already see a bruise on Gloria's cheek. This is only the beginning of her punishment. Gloria was caught red-handed, unlike you. You can still avoid your punishment. What is it then, Milksop? Did you try the sugar too, or were you trying to stop this piece of filth like she says? If I can tell the truth, which is gonna make my willpower back at 0, I can lie and say that I was trying to stop Gloria. Or I can mock Grandfather with my sister. How much of an enemy do I want to make Grandfather today? How likely will I die if I choose the bottom option again? You jump up and try to shield Gloria. Then you start boasting right in his face. Yes, you did eat the sugary treat, and it was very much the opposite of sweet. Good thing Gloria did not have time to eat hers, or would have disappointed her too. Gloria catches on in the moment. Yeah, sugary treats are for fat noble kids, but they're gross to us. We're just commoners. You continue her train of thought. Why? We simply got curious after Stefan started boasting about it. He told us these treats are so good. You could eat them forever. But no, your elderly brother lied. They are simply unbearable. But then again, what else would you expect from Grandfather's darling Stefan? Ooh. Grandfather's face is red with rage. He strikes you both with his walking stick, blow for blow. Oh no. You dare mock me. I will not let this stand. Know your place, you foul low-born scum. He keeps hitting you until he grows tired, and then he leaves you where you are, muttering in impotent rage. Soon enough, Mother comes in to find you two on the floor, too afraid to move. She shakes her head in disappointment. You were badly hurt and covered in bruises, yet she still forces you to kneel and recite the precepts on the lots and how important it is to follow them. Gloria's face is bruised and swollen, but she still gives you a weak smile. We got him so riled up. Two commoners made an honorable noble feel helpless. Makes all the pain worth it. Isn't that right, brother? Your entire body hurts with the heavy blows, but deep inside you are ecstatic. You stood up to Grandfather today. It is a victory you will remember for the rest of your life. Yeah, screw Grandpa. Oh, he really doesn't like me now. Father's Sword. This event is a consequence of your previous actions. Conditions met. Determination is greater than 4. When Father is not working long hours, you often see him spending long stretches of time in the backyard, practicing his fencing. You are allowed to watch, but that is it. You are forbidden from touching the sword, let alone actually learning how to fight with it. It is a new day today, and Father has been busy in his study since early morning. Mother took Gloria and Nathan to the shops. Your studies are done for the day. The house is empty. Spot Father's sword hanging by the yard door. You must have left it there by accident after a training session. You deliberate at first, then grab the sword with resolve and run outside. At last you have a chance to see it up close. It is a small sword used for dueling, heavy and devoid of any ornamentation. Recall that it was specifically made for him. The weapon is difficult to handle. Its heft makes the palm of your hand shake. As you get used to it, you try your best to imitate Father's feints. Your technique leaves much to be desired, but at least it's something. You imagine yourself fighting for the family's honor as the thin blade slices through the air. But you swing too far back, the blade nicks your shoulder and cuts through your shirt, staining the fabric crimson. The sword falls to the ground with a dull clang. You try to apply pressure to the wound to make it stop bleeding, but all you do is make the blood flow faster. Phantom, what are you doing here? The familiar voice hurts you more than the cut of the sword. Father walks up to you briskly. His rugged arms rip off a length of cloth and bandage your shoulder. He squats by your side and pulls you into an awkward embrace. My son, why did you have to take the sword? You know you're not supposed to hold it. This is no toy. It is a weapon that can take lives. I know how you feel. I used to yearn for my father's dueling sword back when I was a lad. One day you might have the chance to earn the right to carry a weapon, but first you must have patience and study and become a noble. When that day comes, I will be proud to teach you myself. You rarely spend time with Father without someone else around. There is a paternal love in his voice, so much that even the cut on your shoulder barely hurts now. You would be glad to be convinced by what he says, but how can you forget your dream? How can you abandon it just to earn Father's approval? Is it right for him to ask so much of you? I'm going to ask Father to teach us the basics. You muster all your courage and beg Father to teach you how to hold the sword. Father's inquisitive look presses you for an answer. It takes you a long time to muster enough courage to speak. You beg him to teach you how to fight, at least the very basics. It will certainly come in handy in the future. It will be your first step towards becoming a nobleman. Now it takes Father a long time to respond. He's about to speak, and you expect a refusal, but he says nothing. He draws a sharp breath again, but remains silent. Then finally, he offers you the sword. But remember this, Phantom. You are not a warrior. Not yet. You will study this like you study your lessons. He teaches you the first lesson right away. You learn to dodge attacks. There are several times when the tip of the blade cuts the air dangerously close to your nose. It is scary and difficult, but you manage. From that day forth, Father teaches you the foundations of sword fighting in great secret. You use your passion for tree climbing to explain the cuts you received during training. Soon, you learn how to hold your own in a duel, but will you ever need this art in real life? The fencing lesson. You dare to study fencing like your father, even though you have no right to it by birth. The Sacrament. Father and Mother have been focusing on Nathan and you since early morning. Instead of breakfast, you were told to say your prayers, wash your hands and face, and get dressed in plain white shirts. The day is your day of sacrament. Mother, I want to go play in the yard. No playing today. You and Phantom are big boys now. It is time for you both to have your first sacrament. No one can live without a lot. I don't want a lot. Be quiet and listen. You were born commoners, so you must accept a low-born lot before the twins. When you grow up, you will get a chance to earn a noble lot. Father and mother take you to the carriage. Nathan is hungry. He starts whining. Grandfather is the last to get on the carriage. His eyes are on you and your brother, looking for every fault. Soon the carriage is moving along the streets of Enzadi. Slowly and solemnly. One more turn, and you see the colossal white building marked by the two massive pillars. For the first time in your life, you are to enter the Church of the Twin Gods. You enter the gate and walk under the splendorous dome of the church. The church hall is divided into halves. They are drastically different from one another. The floor on one side is rough and jagged and covered in dried brown spots, while the floor on the other side is made of smooth marble. The commoners kneel on the jagged floor, and the well-dressed nobles and their families sit on the pews. Father and grandfather leave you to sit on one of the nobles' pews. Mother walks to the rough stone of the commoner's side and gets down on her knees. You see her wince in pain, for the Lowburn estate shall suffer in the house of faith. The church acolytes surround you and lead you to the altar, where you and the other children will take your sacrament this day. Before you stands a tall priest dressed in black, with a sword in one hand and a hefty whip in the other. Nathan's whining grows louder. He dislikes this place. He's scared. You remain quiet, but your stomach roils in uneasy anticipation. The first child to take the sacrament is a jaunty little boy from a family of nobles. The priest extends the sword before him and recites the words of his lot. From this day forth he will fight and rule, and pursue the arts. His mind's now forever free from throes of suffering, for he now belongs to the noble lot. The boy proudly touches the flat of the blade with his lips. Nathan is next to receive the sacrament. He suddenly snaps out of his fearful trance and tries to break free, but the acolyte pulls him towards the altar and throws him on the jagged floor on the lowborn side. The sharp edges bite into Nathan's knees as he lands, splaying drops of red around him. I don't wanna. Phantom, why do they want to whip me? What did I do? You try to break free and run to Nathan's side. You want to give him courage and protect him, but the acolyte's grip on you is too firm. You feel utterly helpless. Your little brother has to face the world all by himself. The priest starts reciting the words of the lot as he swings the lash over Nathan's shoulders. From this day forth, Nathan, thou shalt endure and work and suffer. Thou shalt be ardent in thy labor and humble in obedience to thy rules. And now comes thy first true suffering, which thou must accept with gratitude. The lash cracks. It strikes his right shoulder. It strikes his left shoulder. The blows are so powerful that Nathan falls to the floor. The priest tells him to rise. He has received his lot. Nathan gets on his feet and drags himself towards his mother, his knees torn and bloodied, his spirit broken. It is your turn. Your feet will not move. You can barely muster enough strength to walk to the altar. You get down on your knees and feel the sharp stones below. So sharp, your clothing cannot protect you. Your skin begins to burn. The acolyte forces your head down, and you feel the lash being drawn above you, ready to strike. The priest's words are for you now. This is thy sacrament. Thou shalt work and endure and suffer. Thou art about to receive thy first true suffering by sacred lash. Dost thou accept thy loft? So I can accept it. I can raise my head defiantly and stand up. Or I can catch the lash before it strikes my shoulders. I feel like the second and last option get me killed. Or they don't go well, but I kind of want to do the middle one anyway. I'm gonna raise my head in defiance. The priest readies the lash, but before he can strike you, you raise your head and stand up. There are cries of indignation among the churchgoers. The whip cracks, it strikes you on the right shoulder, but you keep your head up. It strikes again, this time on your left shoulder, but you remain standing. No one intervenes. Even the priest is confused by the turn of events. He grits his teeth as he orders you to depart. You are to remain humble and obedient from this day forth, for you now belong to the common estate. You walk away from the altar, swaying. You see things with surprising clarity now. You can barely feel the pain, even as the blood runs down your back. A timid hand touches you. It is Nathan, his tearful face a mixture of confusion and awe. Mother takes your hand and leads you out of the church. Once you are outside, she scolds you for being insubordinate. Grandfather is the last to leave the church. His face is covered in red, angry blotches. There is a quiet fury in his voice as he says something to Father, who remains quiet and miserable as you walk to the carriage. You defied a powerful will that day. There is fear inside of you. You fear that this will might one day destroy you. The mark left on you by the sacrament takes a long, long time to heal. Mother says it's a reminder of your lot. Suffering and sufferance, pain and patience. Gloria shows you the mark of the lash on her shoulder one day. It will never disappear. You are a commoner now. This is a lot you were born into. But Father keeps telling you to study hard and that you may yet earn a different lot and become a noble of the mantle. You recall the past with warm sadness. When Stefan lived with you, when he wrote to you for a time shortly after he left. Now he thinks it beneath him to write to the commoners in his family. Mother didn't lock herself in the bedroom as often back then. This changed shortly after Nathan was born. But most importantly, you missed the time before the terrifying figure of your grandfather was constantly looming over you. You learn the true power of the lot only after the head of the family's arrival. In grandfather's eyes, no commoner deserved to be treated with kindness. Is this just him, or is this the way of the entire world? The very thought makes you queasy. You are older now, and what's more, you are an older brother now. You've learned how to care about someone else, how to teach and protect. Soon, you are a small boy no longer. As the days pass, play gradually gives way to laborious studies. Now your choices will decide your place in the bizarre and ruthless world of adulthood. Your childhood years are over. Wowza, we grow up so fast. I know. And how old were we when we died? 18... 25... So we were only 7 years old when we died for the first time. Or actually, no, not even 25. We were, it was 24, so we were only 6 years old when we died. They grow up so fast. Sheesh. Personality. I have a resolute determination. I am curious. And I've died once.
I was growing up fast. The school, the streets, and the whole wide world awaited me beyond the gate of my parents' house.
Chapter 2. Adolescence. Now that we're on a new chapter, I'm going to take a quick stretch break, drink some water, and then we'll get back to it. Okay. My cat is like sitting on my PC right now, and whenever I got up to stretch, she was just looking at me like, why are you doing that? But, alrighty, let's continue. You've lived in this world for 8 years now. As you grow older, life grows more complex. The world of your childhood was limited to your house and family, but now that realm is expanding. It also includes your neighborhood, the nearby houses, the streets of the ancient city of Enizot. The question now looms over you, growing more pressing with each passing year. What will your place be in this vast outside world? Few people in the blessed Arcanian Empire trouble themselves with this question. It's not within a man or woman's power to choose. Their destiny is predetermined by their birth and those who bore them. And yet, your peculiar birth has granted you a choice. Your father is a man of nobility, a worthy example in matters of duty and honor. Your mother is a commoner of lowly estate, humility and patience made of flesh. And your sky is ablaze, day and night, with the light of the shining pillar, the beacon of clergy. Your back bears the mark of the lash. Will you accept the drudgery and suffering that is the lot of the lowborn for your entire life? Or will you follow in the footsteps of your father and your father's father, and fight for the right to serve the empire as a noble in the mantle? Perhaps you will follow the twin gods' word and offer spiritual guidance to others. The answer lies out there in the vast, terrifying world. What awaits you beyond the walls of your home? Events that can happen in this chapter. Gloria's secret. You discover the secret society your sister Gloria has joined. Stefan's disgrace. You find out about your elder brother's forbidden love. Ooh. Blood Tide. Join the Blood Tide of the Brante family. And Nathan's admonition. Your brother Nathan receives a spiritual admonition. I don't know how to say that word. It's kind of blocking it. From you. Events in the personal life of the hero that can happen in this chapter. Matters of heart. You experience your first romantic feelings. Revelation of the tree. Experience a revelation by the sacred tree. You saved the local girl, Sophia, from a lesser death. Will we find first love? Your personal qualities at this age. They may determine which choices you make. The answer is, who knows? We'll find out later. First love, like, yes, exactly. Like the cover from Halia VT. If you haven't seen it yet, you should go check it out on YouTube. I highly recommend it. Oh, there's a map? Oh. I see. Let's see, where are we? So, this is our city. And that's where Grandpa goes, Eterna. Interesting. We are now in adolescence. The boy down the street. The family expects more and more of you as you grow up. The teachers and tutors hired by your father keep you on your toes all the time. Your life these days is dedicated by studying for your future, for the future of the Brante family. Your younger brother Nathan keeps growing up too. He can hold a conversation now. You never refuse him when he comes to play, provided you have a bit of free time between your demanding lessons. It is a rainy day. Father and mother have gone to a ball, and they left Nathan in your care. You lose track of time over the books in the sitting room, and Nathan goes off alone to splash in the creek. Soon you hear his voice begging you to come outside. He's on the porch, sobbing, all covered in dirt. You walk up to him as he continues to bawl. It's all that kid. He pushed me into the dirt and called me names. He said I was a fancy pants fool. I said I'll call my brother. He's still there. You have to go punish him, Phantom. Nathan points at a lopsided wooden house further down the street where the poor artisans live. You see the two boys lingering there on the porch. They are clearly both commoners, but far from poor. One of them is almost as tall as Nathan, and he frowns in a funny way, just like him. The other looks older, almost your age, but he's more broad-shouldered and taller. His name is Tomas. You've heard of it. Oh, Tomas. There, Phantom. That's him. Nathan points at the younger boy and hides behind your back. Tomas grins and rolls up his sleeves to reveal strong forearms. He must have been helping his father with manual labor for quite some time. Listen up, rich boys. We don't give a damn about you or your friendship. We don't let nobody call our home a stinking rat hole. Your little brother earned his ditch dive. Tomas. Alright, my kitty wants out of my room real quick. Yeah, kitty. She was rubbing against my legs. That's how I knew she wanted to leave. Maybe next time, he'll dress normal and stop picking fights with people who can throw him in the mud. Your hands clench into fists before you react. Nathan called them names first. No wonder they did the same. That's how it goes. But pushing your brother into a ditch is too much. Tomas stands tall and confident. He sees no threat in you. You're about to get ready for a fight when you feel a tug on your sleeve. You turn your head to see Nathan, the one who started the whole mess. I'm not gonna go fight Tomas over this, because it could be resolved. I could listen to what brother has to say first. That's probably a safe option. And the other thing I would do is probably try to resolve the fight peacefully. Nathan keeps tugging on your sleeve, harder and harder. Finally, you turn and look at him. Don't fight him, please. Look, he's huge. Let's go home. Who cares about them? You're all sweaty. World peace run. Yeah. Are you gonna listen to your little brother and walk away like a coward? All you rich boys are chickens. You do nothing but squawk, but when push comes to shove, you run home to mommy. Now he's done it. Your patience has run out. You swing at Tomas and he jumps back, surprised by your assault. It takes him a moment to compose himself, but now he is ready. His fist covered his face, and he attacks you with a quick jab. Now it's your turn to take a step backward. You start trading blows, huffing and puffing with rage. The younger brothers gawk in awe at the sight. Tomas does not resort to fancy moves, dirty tricks, or stupid taunts. He displays nothing but skill earned in many a street fight, and his heavy fists aim for your head. Keep dodging him, again and again, trying to reach him. He takes a couple of glancing blows, but easily shakes them off. What a bruiser. You start swinging your fists with greater and greater fury. Oh no. World Peace Run is not the route I chose, unfortunately. Your heart is pounding like a hammer. You see nothing but a foe in front of you. How much longer will this take? You're worn out. Your breath grows ragged, and your muscles grow heavy. Oh. Yeah, we went the, attack the neighbor boy route, apparently. Oh, thank you for the head pats, Anna. This is such a great ASMR stream. Aw, I'm glad. I kind of knew that that's how this would turn, just because I'm reading a lot. And sheesh. Oh, Guild. Thank you for the head pats as well. Thank you, thank you. Alright. Where did I leave off? Oh my goodness. It is. I'm getting so much done listening. Oh, yay. I'm glad. Alright. But yeah, where did I leave off? Hydrate. Thank you for the hydrate, Architects. Also, welcome in. That's so weird, Guild. I don't know why your messages aren't showing up. I saw that one, though. Your highlighted message. And just speak in highlighted messages and refund yourself the points, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. That's really weird. Alright. Your muscles grow heavy. But there is no way you can give up now. Nathan is watching you. Desperate and out of options. Maybe I blocked myself? I don't think that's possible. Desperate and out of options, you swing and punch Tomas square in the nose, then immediately let his fist smack you in the temple. The blow rings your head like a bell and blinds you for a moment. The world swims before your eyes. You clutch your head to get your bearings. Tomas is standing in front of you, blood dripping from his nose. You no longer want to fight it out, and it seems your opponent would rather end it too. You keep standing there, eyeing each other angrily. Oh, no. Then suddenly, you hear an angry shout right next to you, and an enraged man in a craftsman apron is shaking his fist. Tomas' face contorts in terror right away. It's my father. Run. The punishment for fighting is flogging, and the mere prospect of that makes you run like the wind. Tomas sprints in front of you. You dash across the rotten wooden planks of the back alley and up over a lopsided fence across a giant puddle in one leap, and then forward into the tall grass. You hide there and stay quiet. You hear no sounds of pursuit. You exchange glances with Tomas and start laughing. His laughter is loud and infectious, but soon he cuts it short and grows sadder. I'm gonna get flogged anyways. My dad's always quick to give me a beating. Gotta go back now? Alrighty, Guild. I hope work goes okay. And then he'll start nagging me about the lots and the prayers for days like he always does. Why do I always get myself mixed up in this stuff? But fighting's the only way to prove you're worth anything, right? Guild, no sugar. Also, I don't think that's true at all, that last statement. The adults didn't see you fighting, you tell him. All you have to do now is convince them you weren't. Nosebleeds happen, right? Mother gets nosebleeds all the time. Well, we could try it. Let's hope our little brothers don't tell on us. I'll talk to mine. There's a scratch in your head. Don't let them see it. Good thing I didn't hit you in the face. There, good as new. Oh, Jason. Hello, welcome in. You assure him that Nathan will never tell, and in return, you'll make sure that he behaves so he won't get tossed into a ditch again. With that, you shake hands with Tomas. His handshake is as strong as you would expect based on his fists. You make your way out of the tall grass. You need to leave before Tomas's father goes to your family and complains about you breaking your lot. You come to a realization on the way back. You had no idea where you were hiding even existed. And it wasn't too far from home. Tomas smiles in excitement when he hears this. Oh, I know lots of places like that. I'll tell you what, if we get out of this mess today, I'll show you the way to the old fortress wall. It's a perfect place to build your own fort. I dragged a bunch of wooden planks there. Too bad it's no fun to build all alone. My brother never helps. He just gets in the way. You emerge from the muddy back alleys, united by a secret only that the two of you know. It seems you've made a friend today. Aww, look at that. Fighting leads to friendship. Confirmed. So what is this game? This game is... It's like a visual novel, but I think there's a lot more reading to do. Every choice that I make has an effect on the outcome, and I have different, there's different events that can happen depending on the choices I make. I can earn different stats. I can also die. I died when I was 6 years old. And it uses this thing called willpower to make different choices. If I go too low, then I can't make choices, and depending on the choices I make, like I said, it gives me different stats that I can then use to make more complicated choices later. Yeah, it is interesting. I'm full of power, let's go. My first friend, too. You've made a friend, a boy named Tomas. Riders on the road. It is blistering hot today, even for the sun. Parched land of Magra. As soon as you are done with your studies, you dash outdoors and out of the stuffy room. You and Tomas roll up your sleeves, but it barely helps. You would gladly go shirtless, had you only been in the company of other boys. But there was 3 girls in the yard today. They were doing laundry in a big wash tub, whispering and giggling. If you could, you would gladly keep watching one of them work. She has big eyes of deep blue, her dark hair is braided, and her plain gray dress is mended and patched all over. Her name is Sophia. She throws her head back a little when she laughs. The rays of sun are reflected in her eyes. You, Tomas, and the other boys keep telling silly stories. Anything to make her laugh. Sophia. You sure love telling tall tales, Phantom. Oh, I remember this one time. But then Sophia hears a voice calling her home. She nods to you and then runs across the street smiling. Her light steps carry her forward, but her eyes are looking elsewhere. But then, a stone on the road catches her foot. She stumbles and falls flat into the dust. Oh. The streets start shaking from the thundering hooves. Riders appear on the road from around the corner. They bear a coat of arms you recognize right away, a sable serpent blade upon a field of vert. It symbolizes the Miladids dynasty, the family of your province's archduke. The horses dash forward. A lost wooden toy on the road cracks under their hooves. They will not slow down, they are nobles, and the rest must make way for them. Sophia is in their way, just now starting to get back on her feet. Her mother is crying for her to desperately from behind the fence door. You freeze in terror. The riders surely will see the girl. Are they going to stop, or are they going to trample her? In only a few moments, the beautiful girl will be toppled, trampled, and crushed. Well, obviously, I'm not gonna let her die. I know this is probably gonna... Bye, girl. No, Jason, no. I'm gonna shield her, and I'm probably gonna die because of it, but... YOLO. You throw yourself blindly into the road, swinging your arms wildly. Dazed by the sound of thundering hooves, you can see nothing in the dust. For a brief moment, the horses slow down, just long enough for Sophia to get back on her feet and flee to the roadside. But then the riders dig their spurs in. Oh, jeez. Dozens of hooves knock you off your feet and roll across your body. Your bones crack, break, and crumble. Oh. Your ears are ripped apart by the thundering rhythm of the ride. Your innards are pulverized. The last thing you remember is the sound of your own skull caving in. Oh no. I am big dead. It should have been her. No. Crispy. Ooh, some phantom soup night. Phantom too nice for this game. I gotta save my new friends. If you get 4 deaths, it's game over. I assume so. Impenetrable darkness surrounds you. You stand alone, bare to your very essence. It paralyzes you. You would have an urge to cover yourself, to hide. No one should see you so vulnerable. But you cannot conceal the truth in this place. You are bathed in unbearably bright light. It has no feint of warmth in it. It is blinding. It leaves no shadows in the entire world. It is the light of the shining pillar itself. In this radiance, you can clearly see all your thoughts and doubts, your errors and transgressions, the contradictions that have permeated you since birth. They cover you from head to toe, like rough, gray tatters. But they melt away in this light. You are naked. You feel liberated and whole. It is as though all the wounds and cracks in your soul have been healed, making it the way it should be. It is as though the scales have fallen from your eyes. You see the true shapes of things now. There are laws by which the world abides, a grand design that moves life itself. You tread a path that is barely visible in the blinding light, giving shape to everything. In this light, you see the infinite complexity of the world, from the tiniest leaf to the enormity of the empire. And this world maintains its balance by virtue of the law that was embedded in it during the act of creation. Ahead of you, two figures are waiting on the path. They are gigantic, many times smaller than a man. The elder holds a lash, the younger a sword. The younger gazes at you sternly, coldly. You kneel obediently before him, and he lowers your head, and you lower your head. The god raises his sword above you. This is divine retribution. There is no law without it, nor can there be. Every action has consequences. This is what shapes the world, making its very existence possible. In this moment, beneath the gaze of the merciless god, you comprehend the law that binds the entire world together. Which manifestation of law will you live by? Do I choose cause again? Do I continue to take fate into my own hands and get myself killed again? Probably. Oh, I just noticed this is a different option. Against the law wasn't there before. The last time it was just to remain silent. You defy the design of the gods and the law that binds it together. I don't know about that. They kind of are keeping me alive after dying twice now. We'll do cause. Your life's work shapes the world, and thus you influence the great law itself. Kind of like creating change from within the system. The blade flashes. The younger sword slashes through the air above your head. You do not deserve your final punishment. The law demands that you continue your life. Your form has not been completely destroyed, nor has that of the world. The younger extends his gigantic hand and shows you the way. You must proceed. The path leads you to the top of the crown of the silver tree, spread wide in the white gleam. The branches are close now. It is time to descend. You are drawn downward, into the darkness. The shadows that had disappeared in the blinding glow creep around you and envelop you. This is to be expected, but the purity and the clarity of the spirit are still with you. Something is forcing your throat open. Air. It scratches you on the inside. Your soul is filled with struggle again, with the contradictions from which the fabric of this world and you yourself are woven. The divine light that gave you clarity is fading away with each passing moment. You have to open your eyes. Above you is the dark ceiling of the crypt. You are reborn. Then, you can feel again. Sense your body, head, arms, and legs. The light fades around you, obedient before a will that is stronger than you. You return to the world. Such is the law of the twins. You will return to the world until the time of your true death, and in this world, you will have a body which will feel pain and suffering and pleasure. You smell a sickly, moist odor. You open your eyes and see the figures of mother and father in the gloom of the family crypt, speaking to each other quietly. They stop as soon as they hear you gasp. Mother runs to you and locks you in an embrace as father wraps you in his cloak. Neither of them say a word as they lead you out of the surface and back home. Robert, you've met a terrible end, my son. You were trampled by those horses. Don't be so careless ever again. The lives you were granted by the twin gods are not to be wasted so recklessly. You would be punished for this, but the twins have already meted out their punishment. You tremble, your steps unsteady as you learn how to move again. Your body is eerily smooth, fresh, and renewed. Even the recent scars and scratches are all gone. There is something new on it, a fresh black mark, a reminder of your lesser death beneath those hooves. Remember that, by the twins' mercy, we are all given enough time in this world. Should you die before your time, you will be brought back by their grace. For 3 times they will rescue you from terrible fate, but the 4th death is true and final for all. Every loss of a life we were granted at our birth is a heavy blow to us. The gods told us not to mourn a lesser death, so we'll be humbly accept this and move on. See, your body has reborn anew, with all your wounds healed. Do not mourn your loss of life, my son, but thank the twin gods for their justice. Do not speak of this, and do not ever play in the road again if you wish to keep on living. Cautiously go back outside that next day. Children from your neighborhood surround you. They saw you get trampled, and now they all ask the same question. What was it like to die? Tomas rescues you from their pestering. He pushes you to the multi-crew. He pushes the multi-crew aside, hugs you, and pats you on the back. Look at you, buddy. You gave an entire life to keep a girl safe. Then, you see Sophia. She is standing nearby, barely working up the courage to walk over to you. Soon, she finally approaches you and begins speaking rapidly. Phantom, why did you throw yourself in front of those horses? My life isn't worth any more than yours, so why did you think that? You weren't supposed to die there. It was all those riders' fault. They deserve to die, not you. Her voice raises to a shriek. She suddenly stops and runs back home. Stay where you are, watching her run, the golden rays of sun dancing in her braided hair. Man. I only got 1 point of relationship for giving up a life to save her. I don't know if that was worth it. Probably not. I did get a point in everything else though. And I'm now at -5 willpower. Or wait, no. My willpower is 5. Never mind. 2 deaths. You save the local girl named Sophia from lesser death. Oh wow. Sophia disappeared after the terrible incident with those horses. Her friends gossip that her parents sent her off to serve a rich, noble dynasty. You haven't seen each other since that day, but you still remember Sophia's eyes, the sunlight shining in them. But no matter what, life goes on. You are 10 years old now. Your studies continue, and you are learning more about the land you live in. Enzot is an ancient city in the imperial province by the name of Magra. All the soil in Magra was turned to ash eons ago, scorched by the magic during the rebellion of the Duke Char Melandis. The magical arts are all but gone now. The scorched earth has remained barren and infertile ever since. Since then, the entire province has lain barren, tormented by cold and scorching winds in equal measure, with few precious plants taking root on their own. All fertile land in Magra is brought elsewhere and brought here by an endless caravan of carts and carriages. To pay for the food and soil, the cities of Magra become skilled in many trades, primarily mining and digging for metals and stone. Last fall, there was an explosion just outside the city, followed by clouds of thick smoke. The first such incident frightened the citizens, but then explosions and smoke became an everyday occurrence. Soon, everyone grew used to it. Father explains that the miners are using a new invention called gunpowder. It makes it easy for them to reach the precious stones and metals buried deep within the earth. Then, one day, a thunderous explosion rocks the city, and black billowing smoke covers the houses. People are stuck in their homes, all windows tightly shut. The air is impossible to breathe. Nathan coughs all the time. Gloria and you cough only when nobody is watching. If Mother hears it, she'll make you inhale those hot herbal vapors just like Nathan. It takes 2 days for the black smoke to disperse. People pour out onto the streets to meet their friends. Tomas is eager to share everything he knows about this incident with you. They took lots of burnt up people to the city temple, Mom told me. She was helping the healers. There are many rumors. Some claim it was the work of a beast stirred from its slumber, while others say it's the surviving witches that continue to threaten the Order and the Empire with their accursed powers. But as for you, you patiently wait for Father to come back home, and then you'll ask him about what happened. Father spends days and nights working at the prefecture, while Mother spends all her time in prayer. It takes a full week for Father to finally come home, and he's almost completely spent. You muster enough courage during dinner to ask him what happened outside the city. Father raises his head, his face a bleak, wary mask, and starts muttering his proclamation. It's almost as if he doesn't see you. It's the mine outside the city. They were trying to get to a vein of ore. There was an explosion, the mine caved in, and the black smoke started flowing. Many workers died there. It was all because of Count Vascolo, who owns the mines, wanted them to start mining that vein before they were ready. Some of the workers weren't even reborn. Perhaps the twins thought their final time had come. The prefecture had been inundated with complaints from families that have lost their breadwinners, asking judges for help. Many people have lost their cattle to the black smoke. Count Alvisco blames gunpowder for the disaster. The prefecture and the newspapers just repeat whatever he says. But it's plain old greed and tyranny of a nobleman that are to blame. Why is the welfare of our province always paid for with commoner lives? Then, without warning, he grows silent again. You keep thinking about it for days. Can a human life really end so easily? A single moment of bad luck and you die, only to re-emerge from the temple or family crypt with a new black mark on your arm. Or worse, you remain where you fell, dead, never to be reborn again, ever. I mean... During lunch... Oh, oops, I forgot to read the title of this little section. Stefan's arrival. During lunch, Father tells you to stay home in the evening and prepare to meet some important guests. Your brother Stefan will return home by dinner tonight. Joining him will be your grandfather, Gregor Brante, as well as a noble friend of the family. You're excited about your brother's return. It has been years since you last saw him. How has he changed during the years away from home? You and Father await the guests anxiously. The doorbell rings. 3 people are standing there, outside. Grandfather is the first to come in, naturally. He's not changed a bit since his last visit, still eyeing the house with contempt, looking for any reason to demean it. Grandfather is followed by a stately young man dressed in a jacket embroidered in silver whom you barely recognize as your brother. Stefan casts a glance at you, at your threadbare clothes, your dirty fingernails, and smirks. And last to enter the house is a personable gentleman with a worn-out, wrinkled face. You've heard a lot about this man from Father and Grandfather. He is Baron Augustine L. Bourne, Stefan's uncle, a family friend, and the province's prefect, which means that he is the head judge and thus father's superior. Sir L. Bourne smiles lightly and offers you his hand. And this must be your younger son, Phantom, yes? You have your father's eyes, young man. Father bows slightly to grandfather and Sir L. Bourne. But there is a moment of quiet when Stefan's turn comes. Father reaches out to him awkwardly, expecting an embrace. There is a question in Stefan's eyes as he looks at grandfather. The old man shakes his head almost imperceptibly. We noblemen aren't put our emotions on public display, father, not even after a lengthy separation. There is no embrace. Instead, Stefan nods to father curtly. He responds in kind, his face devoid of emotion. After the greeting, we proceed to the sitting room. Alborn is the first to enter. He kisses mother's hand, and Gloria's too, and tussles Nathan's hair after he sees him hiding by the table. Grandfather acknowledges them with a glum nod. Greetings, Lydia Brante. I remember you were kind to me when I was but a child. And you must be Nathan. You could barely walk when I last saw you. Your elder brother ignores Gloria completely, not even a greeting. He's very rude. You proceed to the dining room table in a dignified manner and take your seats. The dishes smell delicious, but they merely punctuate the overwhelming tension at the table. Elborn is the only one with a friendly smile on his face. The dinner is splendid, Lydia. Did you choose the dishes yourself? You have a truly refined palate. It warms my heart to know that Stefan spent his early years with you. Womanly care always does a child good, no matter the estate. Your fork freezes in the air, halfway to your mouth. You expect many things from a noble of sword, but words of praise for a low-born woman are not one of them. You cast a glance at grandfather. He looks like he's about to choke on those words. It would do my grandson more good to stay at boarding school among his equals. Please, Gregor. Parenting is no less important. Nothing can replace a mother's love. I cannot deny it. It saddens me greatly that my late sister could not be there to raise Stefan. But there was a family for him, and he is surrounded by love. How could that be bad? Besides, his father was always by his side, all the while. A father's example is always the best. After all, Robert earned the judge's rank by the same way you did. Your grandson will surely follow in your footsteps. And who knows, perhaps even the younger men of the Brante family will contribute to the... You clumsy, low-born cretin. Everybody is startled by his sudden outburst. Grandfather's face turns red. He's glaring at a young lady servant holding a pitcher over a glass. Stefan is sitting right next to her, dabbing a napkin on a fresh stain on his jacket. Be gone at this instant. The lady servant runs away, leaving the pitcher on a small table by the door. After a quiet moment, Elborn smiles again. It appears the servants have left us, yet dinner is far from over. Worry not, uncle. There are enough commoners at this table to keep us served with food and drink. Stefan glares at Gloria across the table. She's sitting right next to you. She shrinks down and hunches over under his gaze. Father furrows his brows. Mother covers her mouth with trembling hands. Grandfather sneers. Stefan's gaze does not move. The silence lasts far too long. Then, she starts to raise from her chair. If the Brante gentlemen so wish it. Your hands clench into fists under the table. How can he bring himself to humiliate his own family, his own mother and sister like this? It is all grandfather's doing. Stefan could not bring himself to embrace father without his permission. And yet, they are noblemen. They have the right to act this way. If there's any way this dinner can become even more unbearable, you do not want to see it. I think I'm gonna join Gloria in her plight and help the family. You deliberate for a moment, and then take a napkin off your lap and raise to join Gloria. A moment later, you hear the sound of another chair moving. Your mother joins you. The three of you now refill glasses, serve food, and clear away dirty dishes. Sarah Elborn tries to make small talk with father, but in vain, so he focuses his attention on grandfather and Stefan. Grandfather is pleased to inform him of Stefan's achievements at the boarding school, especially his exemplary sword fighting skills. He constantly stresses the importance of your elder brother for the future of the family. You listen to him dispassionately as you continue serving new dishes to the table. As you wait at the nobleman's table, you, your sister, and your mother never bump into each other. Your labor is impeccable. Grandfather could not have found fault with it even if he tried. Your shoulders are back and aching, but being a manservant inside your own home hurts even more. When the guests finally leave, Mother and Gloria embrace you with relief. You did not neglect your relatives and shared their humiliation, and the composure that you have shown gave you new strength. Oh, that gave me a lot of willpower. That's really messed up, though. I'm gonna take a quick water break real quick. Oh, Runa and Dia, thank you for the hydrates. Oh my goodness. Thank you, thank you. Oh, you're gonna drown me. I see. What's crazy is, like, semi-drowned. I'm loving this storytime ASMR so much. You're very good at reading this stuff. Oh, thank you, Jason. I kind of like... I've always wanted to do, like, be a DM for, like, D&D. I think I have a good storytelling voice. I could get more into character if it wasn't so much reading, but since I'm reading a lot, I kind of have to preserve my voice. Alright, I'm gonna head to bed. Have a good rest of your stream. Thank you, Anna. I hope you have a good night. You do. Very relaxing. Oh, thank you, Aruna. I join your group. Play. I have books to do it too. I haven't played it in a very long time. And I've never, like, DM'd, so. With that water break, I'm also gonna stretch real. I'm gonna need to refill my water bottle again soon. Going through so much water right now. But, alrighty. A dropped handkerchief. Hot, dry wind sweeps through the city from the barren lands around. The noble residents of Enzot prefer to remain in their chambers, while the commoners huddle in tents or in the shade of the silver tree. Sorry, excuse me. You are on an errand right now. Your father wrote a letter to a noble acquaintance, and you are to deliver it. Tomas, the boy down the street, is tagging along. The two of you are inseparable now. The errand is an easy one, so you decide to take this opportunity to loiter around part of Ansat where nobles live. So here you are, in the middle of the city square, resting on an ancient brickwork by the old fountain in the merciful shade of the gargantuan silver tree. Tomas is by your side, lazily slouching on the edge of the fountain's basin. It's a hard life for commoners like you and me. Either you break your back in a workshop day and night, hoping someone will buy your goods someday, or you become a manservant to some noble. You never get a chance to enjoy life. This is our lot, you remind him. We work and endure and suffer. But Tomas waves your words away. Yeah, I know all that already. Mother keeps drilling that stuff into me. We must be humble. Our strength is patience and persistence. So yeah, I say. But I want to make my fortune no matter what. So how ain't that living by my lot, I ask you? But the lots, they ain't easy. Let's take you for example, Brante. Your father's a nobleman, but even that didn't make you one. Just look at your hands. You never had to work as hard as me, but we have the same lot, so we're supposed to suffer the same. Or, look at your father. He's a judge. He toils at the prefecture day and night, doing his judging, and he's a noble. I've never seen an Arcanian work as hard as he does. You shrug. The Arcanians are a different race. The books say they were born to rule over humans. They are never commoners, always nobles of the sword by birth. They founded the empire after subduing all human kingdoms on the continent. Humans will never be their equals. Arcanians are always better, smarter, stronger. Their skin is a noble shade of blue. The books are to be believed, of course. You've never seen one yourself. Your idle chatting is suddenly interrupted by a rugged-looking guardsman dressed in black and green. He chases you away from the fountain. Common rabble like you have no place here. You hear the clattering of hooves against the cobblestone and see flags bearing a coat of arms. A sable serpent on a field of road. It makes you squirm. It is the Archduke's coat of arms. The Melindius dynasty. The carriage doors open, revealing a young lady in a luxurious dress. You cannot look away from her. Those dainty shoulders, suggested but not revealed by the cut of her dress, her black hair cascading over them. Her stately, slim silhouette, her pouty lips and prim nose, and those eyes, dark like the night sky. The way she moves, fluidly, gracefully. And, most incredible of all, her skin glows an azure blue. She's a masterpiece given life. She is an Arcanian. Octavia, clear the way for me. The Melindius guardsmen work quickly to clear the way to the fountain for the Arcanian lady. The searing sun dances on her skin in bizarre patterns. With one elegant motion, she reveals a handkerchief, then leaves over the basin and wipes her head and neck with its cool water. Well, I'll be. That's Octavia Melindius, our Archduke's own daughter. The Arcanian turns away and proceeds gracefully back to her carriage. You see something slip out of her hand and fall onto the cobblestone right next to you. Her handkerchief. It is right there by your feet. Intricate craftsmanship, expensive woven fabric, delicately decorated with emerald filigree. Your heart skips a beat. Will you dare draw the beautiful Arcanian's attention in order to return her lost possession? Would you rather not attempt to cross the chasm between you and her? Do I give the fancy lady her handkerchief, or do I yoink it for myself? I think I'm gonna give it back to her. Someone say yoink. Yeah, I said I could yoink her handkerchief, but I think I'm gonna give it back to her. It's like, I think the route I want to go is not exactly to become noble, but so nice. Like, I want to use that as a way to be able to train to fight, because I think there's a route where you can kind of rebel against like the whole nobility thing, and that's kind of what I'm trying to do. But I don't know if giving the handkerchief is going to help or hurt that cause. But I have the willpower to do it, so YOLO. You walk up to the Arcanian lady to give her back the handkerchief she had dropped. Stash the trophy. Oh no, Jason, it's too late. Snatched. Yoinked. It takes a moment to overcome your fear. You follow the young lady, Melindius, and call out to her in a nervous voice. She turns around, her beautiful face marred by a puzzled expression. You extend the dropped handkerchief towards her. Lady Octavia's face contorts into a sneer. She signs to the guardsman indifferently. Oh. Wow. A guardsman gauntlet-clad hand slaps you in the face. It rings your head like a heavy bell, your nose cracked obediently under the staggering force. The pause. Yeah. The rest of you follow suit, and you fall prone. You discern the guardsman's voice through the painful din in your ears. Should I take the handkerchief back, lady? After a commoner's hands have befouled it, let him wipe himself with it for all I care. The carriage drives away. Tomas runs up to you and drags you back to the fountain. Your head is still ringing from the blow. The fateful handkerchief is still crumpled in your hand. Oh, this is what I get for being a simp. Not that I was really being a simp, I was just trying to be polite. She remembers me, though. Not that that matters. I feel like I wasted willpower on that. What? You experience your first romantic feelings. I don't know if I would call that romance. It's an odd way to feel romance. Oh yes, let me give this lady her handkerchief that I just met, and I'm now in love with her. And then I get beat up by her guards for trying to give her back her handkerchief. Seems a little flawed. What a moment. Truly iconic. The Quorum Decree. 12 years old now, you overhear an important conversation. It is spring night, and Mother has just sent everyone to bed. You walk past Father's study and hear voices coming from beyond the door. Grandfather is yelling, and Father is replying quietly. The elder Brante men are fighting, arguing about the place of commoners in the city. You sneak outside to avoid Mother's attention and hide next to the open window of the study. Perhaps they'll mention you too. That lowlife idiot had the gall to pay me a visit and beg me for service. He had the insolence to ask me outright. He thought I was going to support his claim for chairman's seat in the lesser quorum. How dare he? Father, listen. Mayor Egmont may be lowborn, but he carries a lot of clout in Magra. He owns 5 iron mines. A friend like him could be quite useful. Should he become the chairman of the lesser quorum? I don't give a damn who this Egmont is, Robert. What he is, however, is lowborn. His lot is humility and obedience. The likes of him can never rule anything. There's nothing but a flock of sheep that need a firm, noble hand to guide them. Jeesh. I wasted so many years trying to quash the Quorum Decree, but that accursed Cornus Tempest did everything in his power to make the Emperor sign that pathetic screed. Now even lowlifes can wield power. True power, Robert. Just the right to discuss the size of Archduke's taxes. Nothing more. That is only the beginning. What's next? Are they going to arm the lowlifes now? Make them into judges? If the Empire rejects the foundations and the laws, the entire edifice will crumble. Bah, who am I telling this to? It is already crumbling, and you, my son and heir, are a harbinger of its destruction. Father, I'm begging you. I do not wish to marry a third time. Lydia is a good wife and a dutiful mother to my children. You would only allow her to. I will allow them nothing. Neither Egmont nor that freeloading wench of yours. What you will want me to do next, live by the laws of the lowborn, I can already see where this is going. I'd rather run my own sword through my gut than live in a country where nobles and lowlifes share the same rights. My only dream is to see the name of Brante in the Blue Book, but that dream will never come true. They will never call me Venerable L. Brante, and it's all because of this marriage of yours. My only hope now is to hear Stefan addressed in such a manner one day. Thank the twins I didn't let you ruin that boy. He's about to grow up to be a true nobleman. His children will bear the name L. Brante. You have 2 more grandsons. Those spineless milksops from the common lot, they're incapable of anything. The best your middle son could do is sneak into the Imperial College and get ennobled by the mantle, although I have doubts about that even. For the downtrodden Nathan, I hold no hope for him whatsoever. You hear grandfather's heavy footsteps, the thudding of his cane, and the slamming of the door. It's time to sneak back home before you're discovered. School begins. You start studying at the school of Sir Tibor and begin to master the sciences. I'm kind of debating on ending it here, only because I have to go to work at like 6 a.m. tomorrow morning, and it's 11. A little bit short for one of my streams, but that's okay. Let's see. Kings need sleep. Yeah. Yep. I know. And mostly we love a well-rested king. I don't know. I'm only gonna have like 5 hours of sleep at this point. 5 or 6. So it'll be barely enough to get by. But that's okay. Let's see. Oh. Yeah, it's alright though. It's all good. And this feels like a decent place to stop. I wanted to finish the chapter, but I feel like it's going to take me another hour to finish it, at least. We stand a sleep-deprived king. Yeah. Let's see. Looking for people to raid. There's really not too many people on right now. We could raid Zenith. He's playing Pokemon Emerald right now. Oh my god, we can raid Phantom Cat VT. Hold on, I'm on my way to raid Phantom Cat VT. Even though I know it doesn't work. He's so pog. Slay. Oh dear. Lee Soleil. She tried. She did her best. And I appreciate it. Si, senor. El Slay. Alrighty. I think everybody who's on right now is playing like not so chill games besides Zenith. He's playing Pokemon Emerald, but I think he's doing like a race or something with someone else on that stream. I was hoping there'd be some people playing something more chill, because that's how the stream's been. There's a few horror games going on. I guess somebody is playing the murdering of Sonic the Hedgehog. I don't know if you've heard of that game. All the people I know are too lewd for Phantom. Oh no. I rated into one person, and like I didn't think he had like lewd content, and then like the stuff he was talking about, I was like, oh my god, I'm sorry for the people I rated with. I didn't know. Like I knew the guy did like fighting games. I didn't know like anything else about him. But then I rated into him, and he was just like talking about like old clips of stuff, and like they were all very not safe for work, and I was like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. Yeah. I was looking to see like if anybody else was streaming this game, and there's a Russian person, or at least their title is in Russian. And the other person looks like they're Korean. So probably not gonna rate into those two people. I think I'm just gonna call it with no raid tonight. Great. I don't want to. I don't want to try to pronounce that because I feel like I'm gonna butcher it. I don't want to be disrespectful to. I'm assuming that's Korean. No. New schedule coming out tomorrow. Hopefully. I'm trying to work out like timing on collabs, but yeah, there should be a schedule out tomorrow. I don't know. Yeah. Oh, the music came back. Trying to work out. Swolecat VT. I still need to do a Ring Fit stream, but like it's gonna be bad. I'm just gonna be out of breath. I've never been like that great at cardio exercises. Let's do it. Lomao Ring Fit. So hee, that'd be fun. You think so? Okay. I'll do one. Heart rate monitor and dying constantly. Yeah. Well, so part of the problem with Ring Fit is like whenever I do it, I'm always like classified as the sprinting category and not the like jogging or whatever they would call it. Cause I don't know. I like to go fast. Zoom. I do have my heart rate monitor though, so if y'all really want it, I'll do it on Friday, I guess. Zoomies. Rated mature 17 plus stream. Oh my. I'll be far enough away from the mic that you won't hear the panting. Panting, yeah. Oh, you guys would have a field day with those, wouldn't you? Alright. I'll do it. I literally had no idea what I was going to play this week. And my schedule is busy until Thursday, so I won't be able to stream until then. I mean, I might try to sneak something in Wednesday, depending on how tired I am from work, but we'll see. But expect a stream probably Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Night. Hope you get the good sleepies. Yeah. Alrighty, everyone. Delay. Hopefully we can do our collab on Saturday. Just waiting for Fluff to respond. A Soleil. Alright, guys. Yeah. Fluff. We'll play some Stardew. That'll be fun. But yeah, I'm excited too. For farm. Yes. Say I'm gonna be crazy. Our farm's gonna go off. Dorito. Oh. Oh dear. But, alrighty. I should probably get to bed now. Hope you all have a good rest of your night, and thank you for sticking around. I don't know if you enjoyed this kind of content. If you did, I'll continue it. I like the game so far. Pretty interesting. A little rough on the voice, but that's okay. Just practice for the karaoke stream, when my vocals will truly be destroyed. Yes, 10 to 10. Continue, please. Good night. Very calming. Okay. We will have some more Sir Brante later in the future. But for now, I bid you adieu.